blank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo,
what up, man?
What up?
It's Hard Will. Back like 2/5, man. It's your boy Hard Will. You alright, man?
Alright, what's up?
Yo, get up, man. Yo, get up, man. I got some money for you, man. I got this phone. Let's see. KT Wireless.
KT Wireless?
T-Mobile, man. We on here with some bread. We're going to the Knicks game. We back like 2/5.
That's Hard Will?
Yeah, let's go.
For the love of the game?
Yeah, let's go.
Why you never stop loving you, boy? We back.
We back, baby.
Thank you, man.
Let's go.
I'm right,
Let's
man.
go.
It's a jolly time of the year, right before the new year. Ain't no other squad better on this day than the Knicks. We back. Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. Their red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting. 12 noon, we back 12 in the 2/5. Biggest tree in the world filled with presents. Little kids, they checking off their wish list. Ho, 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 we celebrating this Christmas. Jingle bell, first game playing in the garden. Tell Santa we got the whole league watching. Right before we celebrate the new year. James Dolan crossing with the reindeers. Parker decks, they filled with no room garage. When it comes to the flow, this here's eggnog. Best believe your boy, yeah, I'm on my job. Celebrate your Christmas with the Knicks squad. The best place in the world, that bag stay shopping. I AD my wrist so you can keep watching. Shopping sprees all over, this is Times Square. Then it's back to the game at Madison Square. Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. Their red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting.
Back on Christmas, J Boogie predicted this. You can't say St. Nicholas without nicking it. The Knicks on Christmas should be ubiquitous. So shout out if you've been with us, sitting through the interim. Feels like we meant to win. Now we got the kids with us. Potential is limitless. Gifts go down the chimney. Try to put the Grinch on me, pinch me, but I'm not dreaming. It's a new reality. New York is in the top seat in seasons. Greetings, Eastern Conference. Defense, the Gardens rocking. Best fans in the game. We don't do the home away split. Catch me at the Staples, baby. I make the sleigh live. 8 gifts, pulling up in the Cambridgers. About to lace the garden with a pack of frankincense and myrrh. Can't resist the urge. Knicks set new squad. Time to burn the competition. Sitting out of you, Lord.
Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. Their red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting.
something wrong with your TV screen. If that orange and blue ain't playing on that red and that green. Favorite players, yeah, but Knicks, they forever the team. Shout out the upstairs, trying to play chess with the team going forward. They're making sure the squad is in order. They know we hated on by all opposing reporters. It's torture. New Yorkers, we built for fourth quarters. Show up to the court or prepare for a slaughter. They want to hate on the Knicks, tell me what that's doing. Get that stuff out of here, shout out to Pat Ewing. 12 noon jump ball, just know we enemies. We trying to bring home the gold back from the 70s. Oh yeah, we back on Christmas, oh no, can it be? Only us Knicks fans know the whole New York energy. If you ain't know what type of tension this is, Knicks Nation, we'll see y'all on Christmas.
Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. Their red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rocket Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. And welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly. Right? Let's go, party people. You know what it is. Blue tears, orange tears, Blorange. Oh, shout out to J Boogie Papa. Kelly Goat is Christmas anthem right there. That joint is a banger. Shout out to the hip hop legend called Mega. Almighty Finesses in the building. David L. was good. I see you. YC was good. Mr. Rodney was happening. Man, I see y'all. Will Socket was good, man. Man, it's good to see y'all, man. Good to see y'all. Good to be with y'all, man. I forgot to send up the bat signal, man. I don't know why I'm slacking. Let me send up the bat signal real quick, man. The fellas be wanting me to do this ahead of time, and sometimes I wait till like, you know what I'm saying, the last minute. I don't know why. Let me send up the bat signal, and then I'm going to talk about Julius Randle. What's up, Chris? I think Chris wanted to come and hang out with us, man, for a second or two and say hey to everybody. That's Chris from Oklahoma. What's up, Chris from Oklahoma? All right, so I got the bat signal up and out there, right? All right, so let me talk about Randle for a minute. Let me settle in and talk about Randle, right? I'm not for sure exactly what we're getting with Julius Randle, right? I'm not for sure if he's reached his peak or if he's reached his floor, because the pendulum swings wildly on Randle. Right? And the pendulum swings have absolutely nothing to do with NBA talent. Right? It has nothing to do with talent. We know that Julius Randle, in the right state of mind, is an excellent basketball player. But we also know that Julius Randle can lose it. Everybody can. Anybody, any human can. Any human being can kind of lose it occasionally. You know what I'm saying? But when dialed in and focused, Julius Randle is an excellent player. Adam, what's good, bro?
Salute, Uncle Freezy. What's good? Hey, your intro song is dope.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate it, man.
I know you saw it in the comment there.
Yeah, man. Did you salute the chat?
Yep. Go ahead. Talk about Randle there.
Yeah, man. Did you salute the chat?
Did I what?
Salute the chat.
Oh, salute to the chat as well.
Yeah, man. Make sure you show your love to the chat, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Salute to the chat and the panel.
Yeah, man.
We'll be rocking tonight.
Yeah, man. We're gonna be rocking tonight, man. I got my thing with Randle is an exceptionally gifted basketball player. When his head is right, when his heart is right. My thing is you know how they say don't give it if you can't take it? See, the Knicks play a very physical brand of defense, right? And so we get ticky-tack fouls called on us all the time because we play physically. But then when we get on offense, when the defense we play against plays physical against us, we want foul calls. Well, you put the referee in a tough situation because on one end, you're physical with the opponent, and when they call foul, you argue. Right? But then when you go on offense and they play physical with you and you don't get a call, you argue. You feel me?
Man.
Yeah, y'all understand what I'm saying? So when you play physically like that, you put these referees in a situation where you want it to be rough and tumble on one end and feather soft on the other end, and it can't be that. It can't be that. So if you're RJ Barrett, if you're Julius Randle, if you're Jalen Brunson, you have to understand if you play physically on defense and tell them not to blow the whistle, when you go on offense and you get hacked, they are not going to blow the whistle. And I know this don't make a lot of sense in a lot of people's mind, right? You like a foul should be a foul. Yo, if he hack him, blow the whistle. Okay. If blow the whistle, right? So this past game, RJ Barrett fouled out of the game. We almost lost in overtime. Right? So now what do you do? Is it a situation where you stop playing physical defense so that you can get offensive calls at the other end? Because the referees have to be consistent. The referees can't allow you to be rough on one end and soft at the other end. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, that's gotta stop.
Right. So if you're Randle, like at the end of the Chicago game, when Vucevic fouled Randle, everybody knows that was a foul.
Yep.
But the possession before that, we were physical with the Bulls on that end. Man, they sent that guy to the free throw line, I think 17 times. DeRozan. Like 17 times. Or what was it, like 8 times really, but 17 free throws or whatever it was. The man shot like 17 free throws.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah. But the thing about it is you can't play physically at one end and then expect the referee to swallow the whistle. And then when you go to your end of the floor, you want the referee to blow the whistle for every little thing. Right? So if you're Randle, how do you manage yourself in these situations? Right? If you're Randle, you have to just recognize that these games are going to be physical for 48 minutes and you got to deal with it. You got to address yourself accordingly. Right? It's not one of these deals where you expect Julius Randle to change his personality. Right? You don't expect him to change his personality, but you do expect him to stay in the moment. Randle, can you stay in the moment?
He did last night.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Randle, can you stay in the moment, man? Because if Randle can stay in the moment, offense and defense, that is the sweet spot. Don't worry about the foul calls either way, right? Just remember how important you are on offense and defense. That's the key.
Man.
And if you do that, that helps Brunson stay consistent. That helps RJ stay consistent, because I don't know if y'all have noticed this or not, but when Randle slumps, RJ slumps. And when Julius Randle balls, RJ balls. Right? So what we'd expect is for Randle to acknowledge this, notice this, and be cognizant of it, and just be the best version of himself. What say you, Adam?
I agree with everything you're saying, Freezy. See that game last night, you can tell Randall wanted to complain at the referees because they're not giving us the calls. But Randall kept his cool. And so eventually these officials have to call the fouls both ways, because it's not being fair to us that certain players get most of the calls, and when it comes to Randall, he's not getting anything.
Right.
It's something's got to give. That these officials have to call fouls both ways.
Right. Right.
You look at players like KD, Devin Booker, James Harden, Damian Lillard, LeBron. I'm not going to name all of them, but you know the players I'm talking about. They get so much calls, but when Randall gets fouled multiple times, he's not getting the calls.
Right.
Why the officials? I think the officials are playing favoritism to certain guys. Right. That's what it looks like to me. And this got to stop.
Right. Right. Spree, what's good, bro?
Freezy.
Salute, Spree.
The Knicks are going to the NBA Finals.
Bim. All right. Book your flights right now.
I don't think this year.
There's a pathway.
All right.
There is a pathway. I want to discuss that in a few weeks when we go on a 10-game winning streak, because we still have some work to do. I want to win the next two before we play the Warriors. Before Christmas, let's be 10-0. But
Okay.
Freezy, your boy Julius Randle's on fire.
Right. Right.
Julius Randle's playing out of his mind.
Right.
We're back.
We are back, baby.
Mitchell Robinson is back.
Mitch is back.
Jalen Brunson's playing out of his mind. And also
out of his mind.
Quentin Grimes is giving us that extra force, that extra space 3 and D that we've needed. Miles McBride is doing his role. I'm starting to believe in this team, Freezy. They're starting to come together and play the way we've acted.
Right.
It's starting to get me excited.
Right. Right. It's still a little early. But I can see I can envision us going to the second round right now after a 5-game winning streak, right? But after a 10-game win streak, maybe things will change.
Let me ask you this.
Because those Warriors that you mentioned, they'll be without
Yeah.
Steph Curry.
Yeah,
Let me ask.
Curry's going to be out for a month.
Let me ask you this: is Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle all-stars if we go on a 10-game winning streak?
Yes.
I don't want to trade Julius Randle.
I think they're all-stars right now without a 10-game win streak.
I agree with that. I do
because you're talking about are they two of the top 15 players in the conference? I think I could talk myself into it.
I think Brunson deserves to be an all-star. He's my all-star.
Wow.
Julius Randle is playing great. Even the Julius Randle haters out there. Come on now. Let's be fair. Guy is balling right now for your team.
Right.
Now, you could say, did he travel on one of those possessions where he kicked it out to Grimes? They didn't call it. They didn't call it.
Right.
He kicked it out. He made the right play.
Yeah, I thought he got bumped, but it's like whatever.
Okay, I agree with you. I think he got bumped too. So the haters out there that say he traveled, maybe he did. But you know what? He made the right play, and he got bumped. So let's give Julius Randle some love. He doesn't always get the calls. My man Adam is right. He doesn't always get a good whistle. But I think Julius Randle is playing hard. I see a guy that's playing smart. I see him playing hard. The turnovers are down a little bit. I see him competing. And I want to show love to Mr. Tibbs. You can't have it both ways. We can criticize when he deserves to be criticized, but the 9-man rotation has been working.
Right. And just real quick for your all-star thing.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson is the third leading point guard scorer in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
Julius Randle is the second leading scorer from the power forward position in the Eastern Conference. And I know those numbers are just, you can't always go by points. But when you look at, say, the number of field goal attempts and things of that sort, man, come on, man. Giannis is the number one scorer at the power forward position in the Eastern Conference. And that man is taking, he's taking 21 shots a game. Come on, bro. Randall's taking, 15, 16, 17?
How many power forwards can you name in the NBA that are playing better right now than Julius Randle? It's a short list, right, for you?
It's a short list.
That's my point.
Yeah,
he's playing like an all-star. If he plays like this for 20 more games at that level that I've seen the last 5 to 6,
right?
And I don't want to hate. He's played overall great this year, but the last 5 games he's played at that all level that Uncle Freezy has always told the haters, show some respect. If he plays at that level for 20 more, he's an all-star.
He's an all-star, yeah.
And he completely changed his attitude on the court. He's smiling more. He's not angry as much. But when he's getting fouled constantly and he's not getting the calls, I don't blame him. I don't blame him giving the ref his mouth, because come on now, enough is enough. You gotta call the fouls both ways, man. You can't be calling fouls for the other team and you're not giving us anything. I mean, what is that?
Right.
And you can also tell Randall's fed up of losing.
Yeah. And just as another fact, RJ Barrett is the 6th ranked scorer at the shooting guard position in the Eastern Conference. So Brunson, Randle, RJ, all are in the top 6 in scoring at their position. What's up, Chris?
Yeah, man. I expect a repeat performance tomorrow against the Bulls.
I think so too.
Even a better performance.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you with the Randall ejection thing. Like, usually, obviously, the right thing is always you don't want to get thrown out and you want to keep yourself in the game. I never felt threatened in that game. Even when he got ejected, I was like, okay, you know what? You got bumped. Go off. I got your back, Julius, this one night. I never felt threatened that we were ever going to lose that game, Freezy.
Right. Right. And
So
you should
I think
have.
Randall felt the same way. Randall, you know what? Let me get some popcorn. Let me tuck my kid into bed. Let me see my kids. Because he knew the game was over. So let's go off. Let's go off.
Right.
We're at home. So I was okay with it.
And you can only get pushed around for so much before you reach a boiling point, man.
Agree.
And I think he reached his boiling point when Sabonis made the layup on one end, right? Sabonis caught the ball. He switched pivot feet twice, put his shoulder down, and nudged Randall, and then went up and made a layup. And they didn't call anything. So not only did he travel twice, he fouled Randall to score a layup. And then Randall came down the other end, caught the ball. They trapped him. He spit, and my man raked him across his arms. Randall fell. They called nothing.
Yep.
And when I saw that, I was like, yep, this tea kettle is about to boil over.
I'm not afraid of anybody in the East, to be honest with you. Other than, I mean, Boston's playing well. They're getting healthier. But if I'm not scared of Milwaukee. We should have beat Milwaukee. Now the way we're playing defense, let's play Milwaukee, those punks. Come play us now. The way we're playing defense. Giannis, come on. We're going to load up, and we're going to shred your three-point defense because we're contesting with Grimes and McBride. I'm not scared of the Bucks. Come back in the Garden. Come back.
No, we ain't afraid.
No, I'm not scared.
I'm not afraid of any of you guys. You guys can come get some.
And Giannis, he gets all the calls, but when it comes to Randall, he ain't getting nothing.
No, Randall, and the Sabonis thing, I wanted to mention that specifically because y'all remember how it happened, right? You remember Hartenstein, because it happened Hartenstein first when he switched pivot feet and rammed Hartenstein and went up for the layup. I was like, okay, that's veteran savvy right there. He knows what he can get away with. And then he did it to Randall. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Nah, this is not a natural basketball move. This is too much. Right? And then he came down and he hacked Randall, raked Randall across the arms when Randall was in a shooting motion. They called nothing. And so when I saw that, I was like, yeah, this is the tea kettle about to make that high-pitched whistle. I knew it was getting to a boiling point.
Sometimes, Freezy, let me ask you this. Don't you think that they use his strength against him because he's bigger than some of these little dudes that they put on him? Sometimes I feel like Randall is such a strong guy that sometimes they use it against him, these refs, to not call the obvious fouls. They're like, oh, you're stronger than that guy. I don't need to call that for you.
Okay.
You think that's fair?
I don't see that as being fair.
Okay.
But also, though, the Knicks are so physical on defense, bro. Man, y'all gotta go to these. Y'all gotta go to these games, man, and watch how physical this Tom Thibodeau defense is, bro. I'm telling you, when you're about 20 rows up, usually I try to sit closer, but when you like 20 rows up, you can hear Knicks body to body on these players, right? And then when the other teams get physical with the Knicks at the other end, we want the foul calls. Do we deserve them? Yes. But you can't say don't call them on us, but call everyone on them. You feel me?
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, I just want Randall to go up strong, put the onus, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. You're finding the shooters. You're spraying the ball. You're making good decisions. Your turnovers are down. Your three ball. That's another thing, Freezy, I've noticed. I think he's actually more on balance, even with his little fadeaway that he loves to do where he gets guys in the air and does get the calls occasionally, but I think he's more on balance with his J from 3 these last 5 to 10 games. I feel like it's more fluid.
Okay.
It looked like an Uncle Freezy 3-pointer last night. I mean,
it was wet then.
I mean, when Julius Randle's hit, I don't know what he's shooting from 3 this year. I haven't looked at it, but I'll make this comment. When he is shooting the 3 ball, it changes everything for that guy. It changes everything because the defense, they don't know what to do with him, because if they leave him open for 3, he'll blow by you and he'll spray because he's stronger than everybody. But if they play off him and he's making his 3 ball, it's a serious problem. So I'm excited. I'm happy for the kid. He's not a kid. He's a grown man. But I think, Freezy, if he plays at this level, this Knicks team is going to be really good this year. Really good.
Yeah, I think so.
That's all I'm saying.
I think so. I think so, man. So, but here's the thing. And Shotgunner is good, excellent at this. Shotgunner will point out when we need to dream a little bit and when to use the right context. Right? This team here, I think it has limitations, but it does have high upside. Right? So it's like the bottle rocket theory. Right? Yeah, anybody in here, has anybody in here seen a bottle rocket before?
No.
Right, well, let me explain it like this. So you take a rocket, not a rocket, but a rocket, and you put it like in a glass Coca-Cola bottle or something. Right? Well, while the rocket is inside the bottle, the rocket feels constrained. I'm inside this rocket. I'm inside this bottle. Right? So you're basically like confined to a restricted space. Right? But then an outside source comes in and gives you the motivation that you need to take off. And you take off, and sometimes you make like a loud noise. It's like, pew! You just take off out of that bottle. And where you go solely depends on how much fuel or stamina you have. Right? And that's why I feel like the Knicks are right now. They can do one of two things, right? The Knicks could do one of two things. The Knicks can either stay confined with their limitations or take off like a rocket. And Spree is saying, and I heard Stafford say it earlier, right? That this team has the potential to be something greater than they have been. Right? But others are saying, no, they don't have enough. They have to stay in this bottle or whatever. But based on Spree, that bottle has just enough of an opening to take off and do something special. Right? So if I'm listening to what Spree says, I'm inclined to agree. In the right situation, perfect conditions, this team could be something more special than they otherwise would have been without, if they didn't have the perfect situation.
I mean, I think this should take off. Freezy, we're the best defense in the NBA the last 5 to 6 games. And since the change has been made to the rotation, you add Deuce and Grimes. It's like a recipe, Freezy, when you're cooking. We're trying to figure the pieces out. But when you actually find that recipe and you finally taste the food, when you have the right ingredients,
Right.
You have something. You have something. So like, sure, you have to open the bottle and there's a little crease. You could stay down there, but I think everyone is seeing now. Like, that's the thing when you say, "Oh, I just think these guys need to play." Like Brunson is this guy. Randall is this guy. They don't need to do anything different. They just need to play their roles, Breezy. Just play your role. I think we're gonna win the next 5 to 6 games. I don't see us losing to the Chicago tonight. I don't see us losing to Indiana. I don't see us losing to Golden State without Steph Curry.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. This is the time. We're gonna take off right now. So everybody in the chat that's concerned, skeptical, if you're not excited right now, what are you doing? Jump on my back, man. I'm gonna fly with you guys. There is a pathway for this team to take off. That's either take the blue pill or the red pill. It's your choice.
But you take it confidently.
Take it confidently.
You make your decision and you go with it. 100%. Exactly. No regrets. You don't take the blue pill and second guess yourself.
You have to take the pill. And I'm telling you right now, if this thing does take off the way I expect it to, you know who I'd like to bring back?
Okay.
You know who would be perfect for this team?
Who's that?
On the bench, coming off?
Who? I don't know.
MJ Burks is balling in Detroit. Let's bring him back because he doesn't need to play point guard on this team. We just need him to give us 10 to 15 points a night in the playoffs. Are you kidding me?
What are you willing to give up for MJ Burks?
Whatever they want. Whatever they want. Are you kidding me? MJ Burks is balling in Detroit, and he doesn't need to play point guard on this team. He could just come off the bench. For this team, the way this team scores, you add an MJ Burks, another dynamic on the court at the end of games. Oh my goodness. He could just play him. Oh my goodness. And because we don't know, let's be fair about this. Grimes sometimes does get hurt. You need some insurance. MJ Burks is amazing insurance. Amazing insurance. I would love MJ Burks on this team when we go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I may have to bust your bubble, boss.
Yeah, man.
And it's not Knicks related. Right? I think the Pistons value Burks too much now that Cade Cunningham is out for the season.
All right, fine. Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Gonna trade him.
No,
Cade Cunningham
is
man.
out for the year.
Burks is balling, man. I saw him drop like 25 in the third quarter the other night. Oh my gosh, it bothered me so much to see him do that. But I always believe, even when there were haters. It's all good. It's all good. I just want to see him on the podium with us when we're in the Eastern Conference Finals. But that's okay. He's part of it.
He's a good guy too, by the way.
Are you talking about Alex Burke?
Yeah.
Yep.
MJ Burks.
Exactly what he's talking about.
Nah, man. Nah, I don't want Alex Burke back on the Knicks.
Off the ball for 5 to 10 minutes a night? Come on, man.
Nah.
He won't be off the ball for 5 to 10 minutes. Tibbs will play him like 25 minutes.
All right, well that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to do that.
Hey, I was watching Sub and Cully show, and I heard Sub said that Sunday's game against Indiana, Cam might be traded to Indiana, and I was saying on the text that I'd rather Leon Rose trade Cam to OKC for Alexander.
And what else?
And who else?
Yeah.
I would like Alexander and what's that guy's name? Higgy? That's his name, Higgy?
Higgy is in the building.
That plays for OKC.
Which one?
The young guy.
Shay?
Oh boy, Nev the Disruptor is in the building.
Oh no.
Hey,
He's
Adam,
gonna-
he disagrees, bro.
He probably disagrees with what I'm saying.
You
man.
know I disagree with empty books, man.
Yeah, you disagree with Burks, right? Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I know. I'm trolling on that one. That's my thing. That's my special thing with Freezy. He doesn't get me on the show unless I'm allowed to bring Burks. That's our special rule.
Right. You notice I was along with you, right?
Yeah, you on my side of that one.
Hey, you notice I was along with you, right?
Definitely.
Like why would Detroit give up Alec Burks?
No.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah.
We're doing good, man. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Oh, Freezy. I'd rather get Alexander and Josh Giddey.
So what are you giving up for the
for
team?
Cam? For Cam and probably D Rose. And
Why would OKC want D Rose?
I don't know, just get him out of here.
Now he's just trying to figure out the particulars. You want SGA, basically. Right?
Yep. Alexander and Josh
I
Giddey.
want SGA too.
Imagine having Alexander and Josh Giddey. They can be a big help to Brunson, Julius, and RJ. What they're doing
Now you're speaking my language, Adam. I love SGA.
They can definitely add more offense to this team.
If you add
And
SGA to this team, Adam, we're sitting in the front row of the NBA Finals, not just this year, for multiple years.
Multiple
years. Yep. But I don't think the front office should stop there. They need to try to get even more players to make the team a championship contender team.
Let me ask you this. I'm being serious. So if we get SGA in your hypothetical, okay?
Yeah,
any chance Donovan Mitchell will take a minimum to come here? He's going to be a free agent in 2 years? So when we win, and Donovan Mitchell is going to be jealous, obviously, and he'll have the opportunity to opt out and take less money. Do you think he would be interested once we are settled? We didn't give up the farm, but now we're settled. We got SGA under the belt. We got Brunson. Maybe Donovan will – maybe it was all part of the plan. You know, all part of this plan that Worldwide West and Leon Rose had. I don't know.
I would love to see Donovan Mitchell join Josh Giddey, Alexander, Brunson, Julius, RJ, IQ, Grimes, McBride. I would love to see that. That right there, we're talking about a team that can compete against teams like the Warriors, the Bucks, the Celtics, and you know, the Suns. Teams that we've been losing to. Now we can compete and beat them if we get those type of players.
Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. Donovan Mitchell's not staying in Cleveland for more than 2 years. You could. There's no way. I
bet you Donovan Mitchell still wants to come to play for the Knicks. It won't be now, but I think he still wants to play for New York.
What do you think, Nev?
I just don't. I don't dabble in those hypotheticals, Frizzy. I ignore those things. To me, those are just noise. I mean, those are just fantasies to me, and I rather don't dive into those.
Nev, you don't have any fantasies?
Nah, not like that, man. I'm more into the realistic thing. I don't foresee that happening. It's just like it's like that. Getting SGA for Cam and so forth. I mean, you cannot when you're making if you have to consider a trade, you have to get willing to give up your best players. You can't get SGA and try to get rid of Cam and Rose. That doesn't make sense. No team will even they won't even entertain a trade like that. If I'm a GM, I'm not entertaining a trade like that. Why would I want to give up SGA for Cam and
Nev,
Rose?
I would do Cam Reddish for Jonathan Isaac.
No, yeah, that's a bet. Yeah, that's a fair trade.
Where's Jonathan Isaac right now?
On the
He
injured list?
yeah, he's about to finish his rehab.
Okay.
I think he's like 2 weeks away from being ready.
I haven't heard about him. Okay.
That could happen.
Right.
But SGA for Rose and Cameron, come on. They're gonna laugh at us trying to bamboozle them. Come on.
Right.
So Nev, you rather wait 3 years before
Yeah, you
seeing,
gotta
before seeing this Knicks make it to the NBA Finals?
the Knicks must develop their own players. That's it. Unless you can get a player in free agency, trade like another scenario like Donovan Mitchell comes up where the player wants out. Otherwise, you got to develop your own. Everything else is fantasy, really.
Yep. And Ivory 10 says, what makes anyone think Tibbs would play Isaac? Ivory, Jonathan Isaac, before he got injured, was the best wing defender in the NBA. Period. The only person in his class was probably Ben Simmons before Ben Simmons got hurt. But Jonathan Isaac at 6'11" could defend 2 through 5 for sure. And he can guard a lot of ones in this league. A lot of them. A lot of them, bro. And you're probably talking about the most versatile defender in the league. Why would Tom Thibodeau be in love with a 6'11" wing player that can knock down the 3 and defend 5 positions?
And more important, Frizzy, you're not putting any additional pressure on Tibbs to play him because he doesn't have to play him until somebody gets hurt. So that's the reason you would make that trade.
Right.
Because Tibbs doesn't like to put anybody that's not in the rotation in the rotation.
Nev, I'm gonna let you rock. I gotta bounce, but Nev, it's always good to hear you talk. Freezy, Adam,
thanks, man.
My guys,
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna listen to you guys, but I just want to make this one comment. It's gonna be a rocket ship. Have a good one, man.
Bottle rocket.
Yeah, so you won't be forcing nothing on Tibbs' hand to play the guy because he's not playing right now. You know, that makes sense.
Right.
So one bench player for another bench player.
Right.
You know.
And truth be told, he's not even a real bench player. He's only going to be a bench player because he's coming back from injury.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Hey, Nev, I just want you to know that Freezy and I, we don't want to wait 2 or 3 years before we see this Knicks be a contender for championship. Freezy and I, we don't want to wait. We want to see them become a contender now.
Right.
Yeah, but that's like you can make all the right moves. That's the problem with trying to become a contender now. You can make all the right moves and still don't win the chip.
Yep.
So there's no guarantee you're going to win the chip. All you can guarantee yourself is a chance to win the chip.
Yep.
You know, that's it. Yeah. So you can still make all the right move and 2-3 years down the road, you're still saying, hey, we haven't won anything.
Right.
You know, because like I said, all you can do is guarantee that you give yourself a chance. You know, because to win the NBA championships, you need talent and luck.
A lot of it. and health.
And health.
Yeah.
Yep. You cannot sustain any major injuries to your best players.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You know, or they coming back at the right time.
Right. And so to Nev's point, if y'all remember the year that the Milwaukee Bucks won the championship, remember Giannis stepped on somebody's foot and sprained his knee. Yeah. And the Bucks thought he was done for the playoffs, but they were lucky that it was a mild sprain and he only missed the rest of that game. Remember that, Nev?
Yeah.
Think about it. If he had stepped on somebody's foot and that had been a grade like a different, a more severe sprain, their season would have been over and they probably don't win the NBA Finals. What's good, Ivory?
What's going on? What's going
Man,
on?
you feeling
Salute to
better?
the
You feeling
chat.
better?
You know,
You feeling
every
better?
day it's a little bit better. I think Saturdays when things will get much better. I'm looking forward to them taking whatever this is in my nose out. But hey, salute to the chat, salute to the mods, salute to this all-star panel, salute to the man that empowers us all with a voice. Freezy, salute to you. And salute to these Knicks for playing some ball lately, man. I like seeing these Knicks playing some ball, man. It's nice. It's nice. I think we got to pump the brakes a little bit, but it is nice seeing them playing some positive ball.
Ivory, let's keep it a buck. You want to keep it a buck for a little bit?
Let's do that.
All right. The both of us know that as currently constructed, this Knicks team will not win a championship this year. Right?
I agree.
Agreed.
Right. Now, can we get a stroke of luck, a reasonable portion of health and strength, and some chemistry, and maybe be a solid second-round team? I could see where the Knicks can do that. Right? I can see where the Knicks can do that. Right? But ultimately, do you see this squad here being able to win championships and be in championship contention for the next 6 to 7 years with this crew? I don't think so.
No. I think you got to add to it. I think you absolutely have to add to it. I don't think that they're a second round team right now as currently constructed. I don't. I think they would need to make a trade to get into that second round. I think that trade would have to be for a starter, not someone that's going to come off and give Randle a blow or give one of our guards a blow. I think we need another starter to get to that second.
And let me guess. You want to upgrade Quentin Grimes. Everybody wants to upgrade Quentin Grimes, man. And then when I call him a ham sandwich, everybody gets on my back. I'm like, when I call him a ham sandwich, no, Uncle Freezy, stop calling him a ham sandwich. And then y'all get on here and say, yeah, man, how about SGA? Well, what position will SGA play? Oh, he'll play Grimes' position.
But
we do this every night. I'm used to it.
I just think that when we have the opportunity to potentially land elite talent, I think we have to really, really look hard at that, especially if you're void.
What about DeMar DeRozan? You like DeMar DeRozan?
I really like him a lot because he is an elite.
So what do you? But what do you? I know who he is. He's been in the league 14 years. I know exactly what type of player he is. You don't have to explain it to me. I've been watching for a long time, right? But what I will say though is, if you get DeMar DeRozan, say for Fournier and Rose and a pick, where are you going to play him at?
I'm putting him right at the 3. I'm putting him at the 3 day one.
So what are you doing with RJ Barrett?
I'm making RJ a super sub. I'm putting him as my 6th man for the rest of this year. And I know people may not like that, and I know he's the future, but I think if we really are talking about for the best of this team and the best move this team can make, if you're getting that elite talent, then RJ would be the best guy to come off that bench. Let him come off the bench and shoot like he likes to do. He likes to be that firecracker off the bench and that bottle rocket off the bench. Let him do that. That's really the kind of role that he's been playing for the most part.
They're throwing tomatoes at you in the chat.
That's okay. 2 weeks ago they wanted RJ off the team for a bag of balls. Now he can't come off the bench. I mean, whatever.
Okay.
I don't know what's.
I don't foresee RJ coming off the bench. I mean,
unless they put that bench in the middle of the floor, RJ is not coming off the bench.
You're right. It's not happening.
Hey, didn't they bring Curry off the bench when he came back from being hurt? Didn't they bring Curry off the bench and let Poole rock for a little while?
Yeah, Curry did that for one game. Yeah. Curry was like, the kid is hot. Let him keep cooking, and he didn't cook. And Curry has never come off the bench since.
Yeah.
Listen, the Knicks need elite talent.
Right.
This is a way to get elite talent. I think you get the talent and you figure it out later. I'm not saying he's the perfect guy, right? We all know he has flaws. We all know he's not the best shooter, but he makes the Knicks much more dangerous than we've been in decades.
Nev,
Decades.
Nev,
Yeah.
Nev.
Yeah.
I like Ivory, bro. About 3 months ago, I think it was July. Ivory and I rocked in the afternoons for a short amount of time. I think it was like during the evening drive, like traffic hours. I think it was in July. Me and Ivory rocked maybe about like 3 or 4 days in a row, and I loved it. He had the camera on, beautiful background. He spoke eloquently. He listened. He responded. So I grew fond of Ivory, right?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I started looking for him. Like, man, where's Ivory at? How come Ivory don't come on? Right? But this right here, what he talking about, Nev, I don't know what to make of it, and I need some help. Nev, can you please explain to me what this man is talking about?
Ivory wants to put as much talent on our team as possible, and he doesn't care about the if it's a right fit.
So Ivory thinks this is Space Jam.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
this is Space Jam 3.
Regardless of the fit, just match them together. They'll work it out. They'll figure it out.
Well, we do need a small forward. We do need a wing, right? I mean, we need one.
But he's not a good fit for our team because his strength is our strength. Because his strength is our strength. He's a more of a inside guy, and we have two inside guys.
He's not an inside guy. He's a mid-range guy. He's the only guy on the team that would be able to actually shoot over the guys in the middle because he's a mid-range guy. And let's not forget that he's a very good distributor as well.
But that's what Brunson does. That's what Julius does. RJ to some extent. They're all mid-range guys. They don't, RJ is more. He can take the free, and he has become better lately. But mostly all those guys are mid-range guys, and you put in another one in
they're not really mid-range guys. Those guys are paint guys. They're paint guys.
The problem you having is that I really don't know who you're giving up for thing. That's another thing we have to consider. What are we giving up for to bring DeMar over here?
That's the part that I leave to the pros. But if we're only giving up an IQ, a top and a couple of protected picks or something like that, then I'm with it. These guys are not. I don't care what anyone says. They're not the future of this franchise. We've already tried to trade them.
I disagree with that. Because
as soon as I come back, I hear Nev say I disagree.
You heard rumors about the Knicks trying to trade IQ, but who to say if these rumors are true?
We didn't try and get Donovan Mitchell. We didn't just try and get Donovan Mitchell. I would swear we just tried to trade.
But I don't remember IQ being in the mix. I remember RJ. I remember Grimes. I remember Obi. Was IQ was in the mix?
I don't remember Grimes being in the mix, but I do remember just about everybody on the team.
Yeah,
being in the
Grimes
mix.
was in the mix for Pat. He was mentioned. I don't think he was ever offered. But
the point being, if he's not, if it's only and like I'm not a pro at that, so if it's only a couple of protected picks and an IQ and a Toppin, a guy that we're not playing and a guy that we're probably looking to trade anyway because we're not going to pay him an IQ, then why not add this elite talent to this team? I honestly couldn't care if they power forward. The Knicks need elite talent. Bring on the elite talent
because it's just too early in the process. We're trying to build a sustainable team here. That's what we're trying to do. It's just too early in the process. And he's not the finished product or the last piece to the puzzle. If he was the last piece to the puzzle, of course, yes, I would be saying yes. But that's the same issue I was having with bringing Donovan Mitchell. When you don't know what you got and you're trying to build something, you cannot just reach. You're going to stumble and fall. And that's what's going to happen to
What
us.
what are we really reaching for if he's not going to cost all that
Ooh,
much
good
though? If
question.
he's
We're
not
reaching
costing
for
that
we're
much, what are we
reaching
really
for the
reaching for?
second rung, or the we believe we can compete with
Hey
Milwaukee
Nev,
and
how does this team look when it comes to going into next year's free agency? Right, when you got you got Jalen Brunson at your point, you got Grimes at your two, you got DeMar DeRozan at your three, Randall, Mitch, and possibly RJ coming off your bench. So it's not just about this year. If you go into next year with that team, you look pretty good to free agents going forward, right? I mean, this is how you do it, fellas. If you're not going to have a franchise player from the draft, you got to continually get better, right? This guy makes us more dangerous and more competitive with any team in the East. There's not one team in the East that can say the Knicks are easily going to lose this game to. I mean, we compete with everybody in the East. We add him to this team. Think
on
about it,
paper
right?
it looks good. You know, I cannot dispute that. On paper it looks good, but it to me it doesn't feel like a proper fit, only because you get in another player that's not very good from the out from 3 point range. If he had just that part in his game, man, I would be all on board,
I know
because
he's
I
not
know I'm
perfect.
getting somebody I can stretch the floor.
There is
You
no
know,
one that is perfect. There's no perfect player that
that's
exists.
why
Even
it's just not the right fit for us. You know, that's why
you
he's
know,
just not the right
how
fit.
many times are we going to
And
talk ourselves out of getting elite talent on this team? We have to get the
because if
elite
we just
dudes
get
when we
elite
can.
talent, all we're going to do is trade them down the line. Because when we learn they're not the fit, the proper fit, we're going to have to trade them down the line. So we must take that into
He,
consideration.
he
If the
he
guy
only
is
has this year and next year on his contract. That's it. That's it. So it's not like we got to mortgage the future to get him because we're trading IQ. And in my example, it would be IQ and Toppin, a guy that we're not playing. And
but
we've traded a couple of protected first round picks. They're protected. They're like picks number 15 and 16. I
but
mean, that's not really
okay,
our future.
you want to trade IQ and Toppins. Those are two of my favorite players. So
They're
now
not
you
as
trade
Uh-oh.
good.
those. No, if you trade those guys and now they come becoming stars on the other team, what are you going to be saying to me?
If they become stars, good for them. We're
He gonna
getting
be
a star
saying, I
tomorrow.
You're
disagree.
gonna
Let's
be
be real,
saying,
man.
"Oh, it's okay. We'll get somebody else to come fit it."
If they become stars. You know how many
No,
times we said the
no.
same thing about I don't know how many players. DeRozan is a star today, 26, 5, and 5 today.
Like I said, man, if DeRozan could shoot the competent 3 point shooter, I would take the chance.
You
But
know what?
I am not taking the chance when most of my players already played inside the 3 point line.
As soon as we got rid of
No,
our best 3-point shooter, this team started playing the best it's played all year.
no, our best 3 point shooter wasn't shooting very well. If he was shooting very well, we wouldn't be here asking for somebody else. He couldn't make a shot from the outside.
Right.
If you remember well, that was our problem early on. Guys were missing wide open
DeRozan is a
shots. We actually
he's a very good offensive player. And right now our offense is what is lacking. Our defense is
Our
much
offense is
stronger than
not
our
lacking, man. We're scoring. Our defense was lacking all along. We were scoring points like crazy.
you gotta check the stats. You gotta
We
check the
scored
numbers, man.
145 points and lost the game.
Listen to me.
Right, Freezy? We're wrong on that.
Offensive efficiency, the Knicks are
It
ranked
wasn't
14th in the
offense,
league.
dude.
Offensive efficiency, the Knicks are right now 14th, which is mediocre. We're in the top 10. We're like number 8 in defensive efficiency. So our defense is better than our offense right now. And I'm telling you, the reason why we're so good is because we're good in the paint. But as soon as we get against these long teams like the Bucks, we can't score in the paint. Brunson's not going to be scoring in the paint. Neither will RJ and Randall. That's where we'll struggle. And that's where a guy that has that mid-range game that shoots right over the top of those guys comes into play. And let's not forget that all of our guys shoot better when they're set up by somebody else, right? Brunson's a better three-point shooter. Randall, RJ, all of them are better shooters when they're set up. What's wrong with having another guy that can actually set them up? Because that's what he does well. Also, he's a leader. He's a guy you can give the ball to and
Yo,
say, "Hey, get us a
I
good shot
like
at him."
when it was free agency. I liked DeMarco. I would have tried to sign him. but I'm
And
not
he
going to
wanted
trade
to
for
come
him.
here. He wanted the Knicks.
I am not going to trade for him. I'm sorry. You know, like I said, when I'm building a team, trades are the last thing I want to do. I'm reluctant to trade because trades take picks away and plays. When you're building a team, you need to sign people in free agency. When you reach a certain level, then you can make the trade. But I don't believe we have reached that level yet. You know,
Most of the really good
we're
guys
just
are not
trying to
making it.
get there. Right now, we're trying to get to a level, a competent level. So
If
I
we
am not. I am very reluctant to trade players, you know, for a superstar player or or all-star player. In this case, an all-star player. I'm very reluctant to trade an all-star player because I haven't reached the level I want to obtain where I'm in a playoff, and I'm saying like the Bucks did when they got Drew Holiday.
Can
That's
you
a
guys hear
move
me?
that's a move the Bucks could have made because they were in the playoffs and they needed a guy, to complement their team.
I
We
just think
cannot
if we're talking about
we cannot say that right now, Avery. We just cannot say we need a guy to complement our team. We need we need solid pieces.
right,
And that's why
exactly.
we cannot afford to give up that's why we
Give
cannot
up
afford
what?
to
We're not really
trade
giving up all
players
that much though
away.
now. We're not really giving up all that much though now.
Hello?
If you think about it,
You
you
keep
know.
saying that, but you don't know what this play is going to
The
turn out to
audio is
be. We have to give them a chance to succeed. You know,
I
we
think
just don't know what this play is going to be in a year or two.
Quickly's been playing since day one. He's had plenty of opportunities to show if he was going to be a star, and I'm pretty sure that everyone agrees that he's not going to be a star, except for maybe Nev. Maybe you think differently. I
But
think
that's
Obi. I think Obi is probably a pretty good rotation player, but I don't know if anyone thinks he's going to be a star. Here's the
but
deal. You keep
again,
saying we want to
that
get to that level where we're really, really good. You add DeMar DeRozan to the guys we have now on this team, and we're very good. We're a good team, and that's giving up, an
hello?
IQ and a time possibly. Maybe we can even get Kobe White back in that trade because guess what? He's gone because they're not re-signing him next year. He's got a qualifying offer that they're not going to sign him to. So maybe we get
Can
him
I
for the
is
year.
my mic working or am I too loud?
it's working. It's working,
No, it's
Dre.
working. What up, Dre?
Okay, my bad, my bad. My
What's
bad
up,
for
boss?
It's a
interrupting.
little
Keep
low
going.
though.
What's up?
Turn it up a little bit.
I'm in the car right now, my bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Continue. Before I chime in.
So that's all. I just think that the Knicks need to get this elite talent, right? I mean, we always talk about where we don't have enough talent, and I know fit is something that you have to pay attention to, but I think that's something you can figure out when you get an elite talent, an elite wing who gets to the line, who you can give the ball to, and you don't have to give the ball to Randall every time down the stretch. You can give it to a guy that'll get to the line. I think it's something you really gotta consider, definitely.
But are you taking into account long-term fit with who we have and who we're already paying $100 million already? Have you
Considering
taken
he's
that
only
into account?
signed,
Because
considering
he's not getting younger, by the way. He's gonna turn 34.
Okay, well, considering he's only signed until after next year, we really don't have to worry about the long-term fit. He's only going to be he's only signed until the end of next year.
But we're not acquiring him for nothing. You have to give up something.
Sure.
They're not just gonna throw DeRozan at us for
Do
two
we have
protected
9
picks.
picks in 7 years, or is it me, or something like
They
that? Or
don't
11 picks?
want protected picks, man. They don't want protected picks for DeRozan. I'm just throwing that out there. They're not gonna
Nobody
take 2
wants
protected
protected
picks.
picks, man.
They're not gonna give us DeRozan for 2 protected picks, man.
Picks. They're not
So
gonna do
unless you
that.
start talking, giving them like 2 unprotected picks and 2 young guys for a year and a half rental, does that seem wise to do when you're already paying
Yes.
3 guys
Yes.
$100 million?
This guy,
and he
yes.
doesn't fit with them from a skill standpoint. Like he does not fit with them. He's not a
I
great shooter.
think it's easy to sit here and say he doesn't fit, but it's not really fair because this guy's elite. He finds a way to fit. We all said that RJ Brunson and Randall wouldn't fit, and now they're looking, aren't they? So I think it's
My
just
issue is that
They're working now, but if you keep adding more non-shooters what kind of basketball are we gonna play
Yeah,
in 2022?
He shoots 50% from the field. How can
the
we say he's
issue
not
you're
a good
going to
shooter?
run into, he might be a perfect fit, but somebody else might not fit. It might be Julius that's not fit, or Barrett. You know, he might able
But
to
we're
get
already
all these shots and thing.
but the thing is that we're already committed to them, so
Exactly.
you can't just keep making moves over and over and just give up assets for something that you and I can look at on paper and tell it won't work. Like, you can tell it will not work. Like, you
Yeah.
can't have five guys in the starting lineup that their best trait is all from the mid-range or in the paint. That doesn't make sense from a basketball standpoint in 2022. You're not going to beat teams shooting the mid-range jumper all game long.
We're
There's a
beating them
reason
now
why
by
the Bulls
doing
are
that.
struggling right now. The Bulls take the most mid-range shots in the league.
And
And they
only
take the
DeMar,
least
only
three-pointers
DeMar
in the
DeRozan
league.
is making
And
them on
look at
that
their
team.
record right now. Look at the
Right.
record right now. They take the most mid-range jumpers and the least threes, and look at their record right now. So you want us to turn into that?
Because that's not a winning formula in today's NBA. It's just
It's
not.
Listen, we didn't say that last year about the Bulls, did we? When they had their point guard, we didn't say that wasn't a
No,
winning
one day at the
formula.
point guard. Remember, Alonso
But their
is a
point guard was a 40% three-point shooter on high
That's what I was
volume
about to say. He was
and a
hitting threes.
defender. And
He
an
was a
elite
best
defender. Do we have a healthy Lonzo Ball on this roster? I don't think so.
And now Lonzo Ball is making the listen, fellas. Here's the facts.
No. It's not about difference. It's about fit. He fit that team. It's about fit. It's not about.
That's why they're not the same team.
I don't think you can say he doesn't fit the Knicks. How could you say that just because he's a mid-range shooter, doesn't shoot threes, he doesn't fit? That's just craziness. The guy is an elite scorer. He shoots 50% from the field.
Because it's 27. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Because it's 27 games in the season and he's taking 33-point shots. You cannot win playing that way in 2022 when you don't have shooters around DeRozan. The reason they're struggling is because they don't even have shooters around DeRozan's skill set. So we're going to throw DeRozan here without shooters and expect to be an elite team. How does that work, man? How? Explain to me.
I'll tell you exactly how it works. Because every single
threes in the league.
Every single one of our players shoots. Every single one of our players shoots better from three when they're set up, when they don't have to dribble the ball. Who's getting them the ball right now to take those threes? Nobody. DeRozan is another guy who sets up guys. He's another guy that draws attention and kicks. So we will shoot better with a guy like DeRozan on the floor. We will also get to the line more with a guy like DeRozan on the floor. We'll also be adding another wing to a team that's lacking in wing. I mean, the guy is an elite talent. I know. Listen, we can sit here and talk about fit all we want, but if you don't have elite talent, we're just talking nonsense. Put some elite talent on this team, and then we can start building something substantial.
You put DeRozan and Dallas, that's a good fit right there. That's an excellent fit. If he goes to Dallas, Dallas could win the title. But he comes to us, that's not a good fit. It's just not. Because
You're
like
telling
I
me
said,
Jalen Brunson starting with Grimes and DeMar DeRozan, Randle, and Mitch is not a good fit. That's not a good team. That's not a good five right there with RJ coming off the bench possibly. That's not good. That competes with any team in the East.
no, because at some point you got to play RJ with Julius and DeMar. At some point they're going to all be playing together, maybe a lot of times. Especially with this coach and how he likes RJ. Can you see him sitting RJ for any extended minutes? I think Grimes is the one that's going to sit down. Yeah, regardless of shooting of who's the better shooter. Because it's not for Thibodeau, it's not about who's playing the best. It's who he likes being on the court or who he feels comfortable being on the court. You know.
I disagree.
Who said that? Who said that?
That's wisdom.
It's wisdom.
Yeah.
What's up, gents?
Sir, KL Presidente.
How you doing, General?
Yeah, you know, man.
All right.
And watch, we'll get into the playoffs and we'll be like, oh, who do we give the ball to? Oh, we got nobody to give the ball to. Brunson's not able to score with the big guy. You know,
DeMar DeRozan.
Man, you put DeMar on Dallas. That's a championship team. It fits like a glove.
Man,
well, he'd have to play off the ball. He'd have to play off the ball in Dallas. I'm not sure he's capable, apparently.
But who saw yesterday's game? You saw yesterday's game?
Yes.
Ned?
Yeah.
How difficult was it with our somewhat elite defense for the ball to score or get to the line at will?
He scored easy.
Easy. Do we have anybody like that?
No.
Would that be an asset to us to have a player like that?
It would be an asset. I'm not saying it won't be an asset.
How much of an asset would we have if we had yesterday?
My issue is that is that you bring him here, you have to get. It's similar to when I said that when they were trying to trade for Mitchell. If you bring Mitchell here, you have to get rid of RJ. Now, if you bring DeMarco here, you have to think of getting rid of Julius or RJ. It's not a good fit with those two guys here. So that's the problem.
You're saying have to, right? You're saying have to. Actually, no.
Have
I think,
to.
I think Donovan was more expensive than DeMar, right? Would you agree to that?
Excuse me?
Donovan obviously was more expensive than DeMar.
Yeah.
Right. So you're saying by the way, I'm Obi Hive, right?
Oh boy, here we go.
But they go down the
like
block.
Me. We both in the same boat.
They're gone. They're gone for DeMar DeRozan. Now the question is the picks. All I want DeMar for, if I could just retain our either ours or one of the more likely picks to convey next year. I don't even want our pick actually. I'm giving that guarantee up. If we have DeMar, I'm giving that guaranteed up. You know why? It's gonna be number 22, maybe. I'm okay with giving that up. Give me that pick, or give me Washington's pick. That'll be high.
So you're giving them this year's pick?
I'm giving them this year's guarantee, and that how old is that kid that I'm gonna be for 2025? He's in 10th grade right now, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe 10th grade. Yeah, he's gone. I don't need a 10th grader on my team right now. Okay, I'm playing for a 10th grader right now, so he's gone. And then take one of the protected for next year as well, and maybe even Milwaukee's protected for 2025, right?
Okay.
Boom. Yeah.
So yeah, done deal. DeMar DeRozan takes us to maybe fourth, maybe even third. Who knows? But we're getting past the first round guaranteed. Again, I'm not satisfied with being a mid-range first round to get by, but I think we'll get to the ECF with DeMar DeRozan on this year constituted.
We'd be dangerous.
IQ is one of the more likely. Again, Obi, I think, could be a star. I've been counting Obi. I'm not even IQ high, but I think IQ upside looks better and better every time I look at him. But for some reason, though, I'd rather keep Deuce at IQ right now. Believe it or not. And with Deuce, IQ, Grimes, DeRozan, Brunson, I don't know. Grimes, Deuce, DeRozan, and Brunson. I don't know if we need IQ right now. He's very helpful. He's a great six man. So I'm sorry, I disagree with your position. I'd like to use your words against you.
I love it, man. Somebody using my word against me. But you made an excellent point. But I still won't have him on my team. Not now. If we're talking about if we were in a good position at the All-Star break, which is similar to the trading deadline, I would consider it. If we continue to trend upwards and really be becoming more of a dominant team, and I can say, hey, this guy can put us over the edge, put us in the second round or even higher up, then I would consider it. But right now, no, I
If the
won't do it.
cost, if the cost was really, really high, I would agree with that, Nev. But apparently, there's so many people that are back and forth about him that I don't know if the price is that high. So if it's not that high, why wouldn't we get this dude that's going to make us a lot better and a lot more dangerous and going forward a lot more attractive to other players?
I just think, Ivory, I just think the asking price, that's a Zach LaVine price.
Yeah, it's gonna be high.
True.
The price that you mentioned, I would only feel comfortable paying that for Zach LaVine. That's a Zach LaVine type price. You're talking about giving them a vet of the present and the future for a dude that's going to be 34 next summer.
Mm-hmm. All right, so to back you up, Freezy.
Now, and not saying that he's not valuable. Wiz, I'm not saying that he's not valuable, right? But it's just like when Wiz go car shopping, right? When Wiz go car shopping, he is not paying Mercedes prices for Honda Civics.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And no knock on Honda Civics because they're fine cars, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta shop with a budget in mind.
Right.
If it costs even less, I'm even happier.
That's what it costs less. I was just throwing out the worst case scenario,
right?
But I wouldn't pay that price either. But I'm just saying, I would do that deal, but I know it would cost us less, which means that I'll really do the deal if it costs us one less player like IQ or OB.
Yeah.
Right.
The only way I see it costing us less if they are to the playoff and they decide to blow it up.
Well,
then it might cost us less.
Don't wait tomorrow when they lose by 20 tomorrow. They may blow it up Saturday.
They may blow it up.
I don't foresee that, Wiz. Sorry. It's going to be a close, difficult game. This is what I'm calling a close, difficult game.
And they'll blow it up Saturday.
Yeah.
DeRozan is also something we need, which is like a leader. He's a leader out there. They look at this dude as a guy that's, even right now with a talented LaVine on their team, they look at DeRozan as their leader. He's the guy they give the ball to down the stretch.
True.
Why do you like DeRozan so much?
It's not. I don't, man. I don't. I just want the Knicks to get some elite talent, man. And
is Michael Jordan your number one? Like, is he your GOAT? Because
yes.
I'm trying to see the power. Okay, that explains enough for me.
Interesting.
He's a fan of the mid-range game. That's pretty much.
I'm a fan of good players. I'm a fan of elite players, and I know that the Knicks don't have one.
But if you don't take into account fit, you'll end up like the Lakers, where you have two all-time players and they can't win a single game because they traded everything for a guy that doesn't fit. Even though the guy is an all-time basketball player, he doesn't fit them.
We wouldn't have to trade everything, and we only got him signed for a year and a half. So it's not the same kind of situation. Is all I'm saying.
But but that's like a mismanagement of assets at that point. Because what are you doing it for?
We're doing it to.
What are you tossing? What are you tossing these picks aside for a year and a half?
He would have to renegotiate his contract and extend it somehow. Just for a year and a half, that's not good enough.
But if we're taking into account his play style, it may age gracefully, or it may not because he's still He's 34 or about to be 34.
Yeah.
So
next year it'll be 30 right now.
On the surface, it sounds like the Rudy Gay trade, where the dude's game fits perfect for the moment, but once you flip the calendar over, Rudy Gay is no longer fit for the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Rudy Gay last year's in Memphis, and then all of a sudden they traded him to Utah to fit with Donovan Mitchell. He get to Utah, he not a fit at all. They start playing him at the small ball 4. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden the injuries start racking up. Yeah, if I'm going for DeRozan, I'm going all in for this year, and with no expectations for next year.
Right.
That would be my move. So, Ivory, if you make me do it, I can see doing it this year, right? Only because Grimes is young. And I don't know what Ivory dislikes about Grimes, but Grimes is definitely a solid young player, right? like Nev, if I call Grimes a ham sandwich, the chat will go crazy, right?
Yeah, including me.
Right. But then y'all say all the time, y'all want to replace Grimes, and I'm supposed to just sit here and take it.
Well, I'm not. I don't want to replace Graham. Sorry, Freezy. Wrong guy.
Yes, you do.
No,
Yes, you do.
that's Avery.
No, that's all of y'all.
No,
man.
I don't want to replace. I'm not trying to replace. I want Grimes to start. I want to push
It's a double
RJ and his
standard.
non-passing
Bro,
to the bench.
you know RJ Barrett's not coming. Hey, how many times have RJ Barrett come off the bench as a Knick?
One game.
One
Yeah.
game.
It's not gonna happen, man. I don't
Right.
foresee that happening.
One time.
So,
And that was
I will
because
ask for a trade
and
immediately.
that was because he was injured and playing bad at the same time. And they sat him to help to save him from himself.
Well, let's ask ourselves: is there something wrong with that, though? Is there something wrong with us when we say, "Hey, we're not going to get this elite talent because we're not going to put our golden child on the bench for a season or so, or for half a season to see how this can go
for a season or so. Like if you're going to do that, you might as well trade him.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying? Like if he's coming off the bench, like a Poole or like some of these other guys that are good coming off the bench.
But hold on, time out. Poole was drafted number 30 overall, and it took him 3 or 4 years, and he's still coming off the bench because he's sitting behind Hall of Famers.
All
in what reality? Hold on, Ivory. In what reality has a top 3 pick been sent to the bench in his 3rd year and remained on that same team 3-4 years in a row? In what reality? Like that will never happen. The player will be traded. He will be moved to another team. Right. He's never going to be extended and then told to sit on the bench for 3 years after you bring another guy in front of him.
They already had to dump Kemba contract and Noel contract and Burks contract and Fournier's on the bench and Rose is on the bench. And you're gonna give RJ $107 million and then put him on the bench? Man, James Dolan to fire everybody. James Dolan to fire Blorange Tears.
Even if RJ started the game,
but James Dolan will fire Blorange Tears, and I don't even work for him.
So Ivory. So that's the part where now we get the fraud.
Nev, how we gonna get a pink slip and we don't even work for the company?
Exactly.
Think
Just
about
crucify us.
Ivory, think about this. So you trade for DeRozan and then you put RJ on the bench, and then Ian Begley goes, well, there's another front office signing that goes right to the bench with no plan. Man, Dolan will fire. Dolan will burn into the ground, bro. That will never happen, bro.
Even if we let RJ get his start and he starts and he plays 6 minutes and then we bring in Grimes.
What do you have against Grimes?
Any way you want. You can mix up the minutes any way
Ivory,
you want.
what do you have against Grimes?
What'd you say? I have nothing against Grimes.
Well, why do you want to send him to the bench?
I'm trying to play Grimes. You won't let me send RJ to the bench. That's why I got to say Grimes.
Dolan will send you a pink slip, bro. Dolan, and you don't even work for Dolan. How you gonna fire me and I don't even work for the company?
I want to see this team have a fighting chance in the playoffs. DeRozan gives them a fighting chance like they've never had in 20 years. Period.
Boy, you're gonna be waiting a while.
So we're gonna
go to the playoffs with DeRozan. We're gonna face the Bucks in the second round. They're gonna lock off the entire paint, and then we're gonna suffocate the score. And then Giannis is gonna dunk all over us for 4 games.
And with our luck, we'll get the 3-6 matchup and face Boston.
And I don't even see.
We might be able to beat Boston.
Hold on, Ivory. While we're taking 2-pointers, Boston is taking 3-pointers.
3-pointers, yeah.
Right.
Okay, guys.
And we'll be losing 66-44 because 22 times 2 is 44.
Also,
if we
take
is 66.
Also, if we take into account their whole starting lineup is bigger than us and more athletic and shoot better.
We need 3-point shooting, man.
What have we averaged this past year? What's the Knicks average scoring right now in the past year?
Oh, I
don't, 115 range, right?
If you're talking which year you talking about? You talking about last year?
No, right now. This
year.
This year we're at what one? I think it went up since the last game because we scored 128. So we may be 114 range.
But in the 48 minute though, we're in the 114, 115.
Somewhere. We were like 113 point something.
Right. So and our 3-point shooting has been horrendous, right?
No, it's actually going up.
No, but it has been, right?
It has been. Before.
We were 30th and then 28th. But I think we might be 27th now or something. I don't know.
Before the stretch of wins.
I disagree with your point about it going up. Yeah, it may be going up. You may be right about that, but it's horrendous. You agree with me, right, Nev?
It was horrendous.
He disagreed for practice.
Horrendous.
It's horrendous. 27th in the league is horrendous. I guess we're one of the highest scoring team in the league.
Come on, Luis. Say it after me. It was horrendous.
It is still horrendous. It is 20 below the worst. The bottom 10 is horrendous. Okay, but yet we are one of the highest scoring teams in the league. Right. We are one of the most elite 2-point scoring team, right? In the paint, etc. We get points enough to put up 114 with horrendous 3-point shooting. And we're going to get a better score than we have on the team. A guy who can score at will almost, unless you pack the paint. We have a guy who can score at will. Yesterday, he demonstrated like beyond anything that we have no one like him, which means he may actually raise our scoring with 2-pointers. And
he might lower our scoring.
No, raise it. He may raise it with our 2-point and foul shots because he'll be better.
Or he might lower it because now he's affecting 2 guys. He's affecting Grimes and he's affecting RJ.
No, he actually will help assist him because his assist numbers are better than RJ's.
Yeah, what do y'all have Grimes, bro?
I know he ain't going to help RJ though.
I don't know.
They're gonna be in close proximity of each other.
No, actually, I think he can space the floor even if he has to drive to the rim. And but so anyway, doesn't your boy Randle like 3-pointers anyway? He sits outside a lot, so. Imagine if Randle had a free room to shoot wide open 3-pointers because DeRozan is going in the middle for guaranteed basket. He's got a one every time. And then RJ also is trying to drive in there. When he learns from DeRozan how to actually score inside, he may start improving, just like IQ and Deuce learn how to play, and even Grimes from Brunson. It's like elite, Freeze always said, if you have elite players next to you, you grow faster. So he'll help them develop because he'll be next to elite players like Warriors do, getting guys who grow develop faster for the next to elite.
That team will have the worst spacing in modern NBA history.
Yeah. You think it's going to be worse than it is now? It's going to be worse than it is now?
Yes. Mostly because it's not that the players are bad. It's just the players do not fit, in my mind, for what the game is today. Is DeRozan better than RJ? Absolutely. Yes. Would he fit in RJ's role better than RJ? Absolutely. But I also live in a reality where RJ is not getting moved anytime soon, and he's not coming off the bench. So how is this going to happen? How do you make this happen?
What is wrong with us?
So that's where I realize
we won't move a guy to get better. We won't make a change because of egos to get better.
Because there's a poison pill in his contract. His contract is the problem. RJ's contract is the problem. So you just can't move him this year.
So now I will agree with you, DeMar. I mean that with you, Nev, that I agree that because of who we are and the contract and all the politics involved, that's why our argument either fails because of the placement of RJ, or movement of RJ with DeMar. If it wasn't for that factor alone is the only thing that stops it from being a great move and a great deal. I still think it's a good deal, and I would do it, but it would be ideal if we could actually properly move our players the way they should be, which is RJ come off the bench, and we have DeMar in his spot. Then we'll be our bar.
I feel like it's relatively short-sighted because there is no reality where that team would beat. My bad, excuse me. There's no reality that team would beat a top 3 seed in the East.
Why not?
In my opinion.
We compete with them now. We compete with those teams now.
No, I haven't seen it.
The teams that are the top 3 in the East are all bigger, more athletic, and shoot better than us. that's really the crux of the situation. They literally by every metric they are bigger than us. By every metric they shoot better than us. Not even get into the fact they have elite players at their positions. And you're saying DeRozan is elite. Is DeRozan on Giannis's level? No, he's not. Is DeRozan on Tatum's level? No, he is not.
No. Is he
Is
on Brown's
DeRozan on
level?
Donovan Mitchell's level? No, he is not.
No.
So when you keep trying to compile these moves, we're not going to be competing. It's like so short-sighted. You have to think about the
How
bigger
can
picture.
we say a guard, a point guard of Jalen Brunson's skill level, which was top 15, can make an impact, but an all-star elite wing will not?
We're not saying he won't make an impact. I'm saying the impact wouldn't be enough to truly compete in the way that you think they would. That's my point. And it would be a short-sighted move and a mismanagement of assets to just do that type of move, just to do it, just to say we got to the second round and got obliterated by a superior team that has better makeup. Like, come on, man.
When is the last time we've been to the second round? I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it again in my lifetime.
Will we be more attractive destination if we had DeMar DeRozan than we are now?
Hey, look, man. Last time we went to the second round, we saw Carmelo get blocked at the rim. And I know you were heartbroken. You want to go through that again?
Well,
because Melo had no help.
Right. Would we be more attractive with DeMar than we do, right?
We'd be a lot more attractive.
Would DeMar make us more attractive?
DeRozan himself would not make the Knicks more attractive because he's not young. If you want to bring a star here, a star wants to be with someone that's going to be at his age range and is going to be projected to be better consistently year after year. DeRozan only has down. Like DeRozan will never replicate what he did last year. He would be lucky to do that this year. He's not ascending, he is descending.
Would you get to Levine? How about Levine? Would you pay for Levine?
I would pay for Levine. But because he's what? How old is he? 26, 27?
Because
25?
His knees are 40 years old.
While true. While true, whatever tread is left on his tires is definitely more than whatever is left on DeMar's solely off of age.
Levine is young, but he doesn't have that killer instinct. He's not a killer.
And here's the thing about I want to just say about injuries, right? It's not like back in the days where if you hurt your knee, you know what I'm saying, your career's over and you be slowed down.
I know.
Right. Nowadays, with modern medicine, bro, Magic Johnson contracted HIV in 91. Right now, you can't even tell if he got it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That's 30 plus years later, right? These guys go through modern medicine is amazing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, on a personal note, listen, my wife was diagnosed with cancer in September. In December, she don't have cancer.
Also,
you know what I'm saying?
Also,
so it's like when you talk about like guys getting hurt, man, these dudes. Don't tell me about a dude getting a boo-boo on his knee. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not taking it lightly because I know some things are more destructive than others. Like if Zach LaVine had torn his Achilles, I would be concerned because you see what a torn Achilles do to guys like DeMarcus Cousins, right? But then at the same time, Kevin Durant had a torn Achilles, and he's still one of the best players in the Eastern Conference.
Hey, Freezy, the only thing that I'll be concerned is I don't want anybody with nerve issues. Like Lonzo literally has nerve damage in his knee because of all those surgeries.
Yep.
Like he has debris, and they don't know if he's coming back this year. He's still feeling pain in his knee.
Market for Levine is $43 million.
Yep. Hey, how much money you got coming off your bench?
36 right now, somewhere in there.
Wow, that's a lot of money to make up.
I was gonna say 0 because they're not coming off the bench. They ain't playing. It's a trick question. Right? Am I right? Are they playing?
No, they're not.
Get it the next guy.
But they're getting that direct deposit now, for sure.
Oh yeah.
To get the next guy though, so Levine replaces, Rose and Fournier and one of young guys, salary wise. But then the next guy we want to get a fridge we want to sign next year because Levine's going to make us look more attractive. Then we're going to be where we're going to find the money because our money will be 43, 24, 27, 26, and 15 for Mitch. So we'll have what 126 tied up.
Yeah.
With those 5 guys, we're gonna
Something like that sounds about right. That sounds about right, right?
Yeah,
Nev, that sounds about right, right?
Yeah. So we want to tie that up for free agent next year. That we're trying to sign a max agent. It won't be possible, right? It has to be a trade.
I don't know. See, y'all pose all these possibilities, bro. It's a lot of stuff to think. I'm not trying to slow down the conversation, but man, y'all pose these possibilities, man, and I'm trying to kind of like think my way through these things, right? Like if you want to chase Levine and chase a free agent next summer?
Yes, that's the only way I would go for Levine right now. Is if we're looking to win, not this year but next year.
But if you know what I'm saying, if you trade for Levine, right? You want to you still want to chase a free agent next summer?
Absolutely, I do.
But where is this player gonna play?
That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, where's this player gonna play?
Oh no, that's where we get rid of Randle.
It's one or the other.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Hey Wiz, I'm not trying to say it's a bad idea. I'm just trying to process it.
Right.
So say for instance, it's a point guard. Say for instance, Trae Young is disgruntled. And he is disgruntled, by the way.
Yes.
And so is Luka.
Oh yeah. But they're both max contracts right now, right?
What do you do if you're the Knicks?
You give up everybody.
Yeah.
For Trae Young?
That franchise guy.
Not for Trae Young. Luka. I would touch Trae Young. Sorry.
I don't know if I wouldn't touch him. I'd think about Trae Young. I would definitely do a deal for Luka.
The money is because the money is nothing, right? The money, I don't care what their salary is. The owners are gonna spend 90% of the salary cap anyway. So the money is nothing.
Right.
You know, the salary cap is what, 150? They're gonna spend what, 135 anyway, 130, 138 anyway. The owner gonna cut a check for 138 million at a minimum. So if a dude makes 7 million or 50 million, it don't matter.
Right. So we're talking next year, not free agent. We're talking about a trade for disgruntled star is what we have to look at next year, not a free agent sign. So that's where money doesn't matter because trades can be done, and in-house contracts can be adjusted, but it's the free agent signing, and how do we get that person with what we have for a max contract? I mean, like I said, RJ or Randle got to go. Even maybe Brunson and Mitch and iHeart.
You know what? Hey, Wiz, you know what? Maybe we should get. You know what we should do? One night like this, we should just get one of them guys from their channel to come on and hang out with us.
Exactly.
Hey, what you think, Dre?
Definitely.
I like that idea.
Yep.
About getting either Rel and King or what's the dude from? I just messaged a guy from the Utah Jazz.
Utah.
Yeah. It's a bunch of dudes. It's a bunch of dudes out in the universe. But
by the way, my Denver guy may be listening tonight. My CAA Denver guy may be on.
Yay, in the building.
Yeah, I should text him see if he's listening.
Uncle Freezy needs an agent. Blorange Tears. Me and Nev need agents. Me and Wiz. We all need agents, bro.
You hear that, Dan? Dan, we're talking about you, man.
Facts over the paperwork.
I just need him to get out. I just want to sign my Japanese pitcher player to the Yankees next year. That's all I need. I need to get me that superstar Japanese Babe Ruth. on my team next year. The Yankees. I'm more worried about them winning the chip next year.
Liz, you are greedy, bro.
Oh, very, very. I want 2 MVPs. I want
you sure you can handle all of that?
Look at the Mets. You guys are giving money. Well, not you guys. You're a Mets fan, right? Oh, you are.
Yeah, we are Mets fan. I'm a Mets fan too.
$400 billion out there.
Sure, Freezy.
Yes.
Don't let it pull out my dusty Yankee cap.
That old cap. Oh God, dog it. That thing almost fell apart when he put it on.
That hat has seen better days.
Better days.
Yeah, man. It could be I think it could be Mickey Rivers from
Mickey Rivers.
Mickey.
I love Mickey Rivers, by the way, bro.
Me too, man. I love
Yeah, man. He was fast, could steal some bases, play center field. He played for the Yankees and the Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember Mickey Rivers.
So, we should get one of those guys on. So let's see if they actually want any of our baggage. But I'm telling you, only guy I wouldn't give up right now is my boy Deuce. But no, he's gone too. Sorry, Deuce.
Yeah, man.
I want the ring, man. I want the trip. I'm sorry. So,
I'm with Ivory on. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I see this thing in layers. Like when people hear me talk about the team, they think I flip flop a lot, go from side to side, but they don't understand that I'm approaching it with a step by step mindset. I'm not just diving into Grand Canyon. I don't do that, right? If we take it step by step, like if you ask me, I need to win a championship in the next 3 years, I'm saying blow it up, trade everybody, right? And I think Ivory might be with me on that because that way it gives me time to draft guys and make a sustainable 10 to 12-year run at a championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you tell me that I have to take advantage of what I have, right? Then I don't know if a guy like DeMar DeRozan is the immediate answer, and it's not because of what y'all think. It's because DeMar DeRozan chokes in the playoffs.
Oh, snap!
Wow, Freezy just
I didn't even want to. I was keeping it basketball, but that's keeping it basketball as well. But
right,
that's the elephant in the room about DeRozan. So I didn't want to even throw that in there.
And Dre, it's not even a small sample size.
Yeah,
we're talking about years.
Yeah,
you remember 1 year they were so bad in the playoffs. 1 year they put you remember the gold and black uniforms they used to wear?
Yeah,
they wore them 1 year and they got hot and they wore them in the playoffs and they looked so bad in the playoffs you never saw them again.
It was LeBronto over there. He was so defeated. He was like in the press conference, if we had a LeBron, maybe we would compete. What kind of competitor even says that?
Yeah.
You know he's ready for.
But that's the competitor you want, man. Come on. He said if we had a LeBron, maybe we would win too. Like what? What are you saying right now?
And then
stop shooting 32%, man.
And at the time, LeBron was playing his position. Him and LeBron was playing small forward. So he's saying, "Come bring LeBron in here and I'll go to the bench." That's the way I read it.
DeMar DeRozan averaged 22 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists on 42% shooting. Not great shooting. I wouldn't call that a choke, though. I wouldn't call that a choke.
I'm calling that a choke. I'm calling every year, situationally, they found, led by him, found a way to give away games in the playoffs. Every year. Like say for instance, say if you're right that DeMar DeRozan puts up big numbers when they're the 1 seed, they play the 8 seed. What happens when the 1 seed plays the 2 seed?
And you're also putting when you mention DeRozan stats, you're putting them all together, which they aren't great, but he's thrived in earlier rounds and then gone up against the elite in the second and third rounds, and just look terrible.
Right.
Him and Kyle Lowry.
And Kyle Lowry, bro.
Mm.
And Kyle Lowry.
You know what?
I mean,
he needs the Broadway lights. He needs to be under the garden lights to really flourish.
Those lights are too heavy for him, man.
No, bro. If you choking in another country, can you imagine playing in the Garden with all the scrutiny?
In Toronto, they be just happy to make the playoffs,
man. Bro. And their fans are passionate, right? But they're passionate in a sense, right?
In a happy-go-lucky way. They're not out there booing any other players.
Right, like for instance, if there's a Raptors game and a Maple Leafs game going on at the same time, I think Toronto fans might be watching the Maple Leafs.
Oh man!
But if there is, if say for instance, if the Rangers are playing in New Jersey, and the Knicks are playing Boston at the Garden,
yeah.
Where you think New York fans gonna be at, bro?
We got it.
I'm just saying, and I'm not picking on DeRozan, bro, but it's just too much stuff, man. His age, his lack of success, the money, the assets you got to give up to get him, the fit. It's just too much stuff, man, it's too much stuff for me to reconcile. Now, if you said, hey, Uncle Freezy, put together a package similar to DeRozan for SGA.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
And then when the summer come, when Wiz free agent show up and be like, hey, I need to just see a young, attractive star on the rise.
Okay.
There's SGA. Right? But you can't point to DeRozan. DeRozan is not a young star on the rise, bro.
This is all true, but a lot of stars that are stars today are not necessarily looking for someone who's rising. They're looking for someone who has already arrived, and DeRozan has arrived, and he's there.
Okay.
And I just think he makes us a lot better and a lot more dangerous. And even going forward, sure, he's only signed for another year after this year, but that gives us a little time. That also doesn't hamstring us going forward. He just gives us options, I think, and makes us better today and gives us options tomorrow.
But how does he make us more appealing to a star? Like, say for instance, you're Luka Doncic. Are you going anywhere because DeMar DeRozan is there?
Oh, see.
Maybe not Luka Doncic, but another star.
No. I'm just saying, like a top 10. Okay, a top 10 guy.
Yeah.
Just throw any type of top 10 guy. For real? You're serious?
He's going to be the best player on this team. So if he can't attract anybody, why would we get anyone with him not here?
That's the argument. Now the question is, if we have no other choice, like we can't get Zach or we can't get SGA, and we want to make a move to improve the team somewhat significantly, I believe, then I think DeMar is a move that should be on the table.
The DeMar DeRozan move is like a cherry on top that puts you over the top type, in my opinion.
Right.
It's not the move that puts you into the next round of the playoffs. It's the move that helps you win in the finals. And that's why it would make no sense with this current construction of the team to even look at it like that or give them passes for it.
The current team as constructed, where do you see us going right now? And at our ceiling for this year and year after, where do you see the ceiling for this team right now?
Right now, a very competitive first round exit.
Yeah, right now, you mean with no changes?
Yeah, no changes. Like this team right now.
Maybe before the end rolls and can, but otherwise the current 9-10 man rotation.
The current 9-10 man rotation, a very competitive first round exit.
Totally agree.
Because we would probably be like a 6, 7, or 8 seed, and then we would run into the top 3 seed, and they all would pose mismatches and problems for us in a 7-game series.
Talking about Boston, Milwaukee, and Philly.
Not even thinking Philly Cavs, but Philly, of course. Embiid is just a walking matchup issue.
Okay.
Like he will put our rim protection in foul trouble immediately.
Dre, how disgruntled is Embiid?
Oof. He's like dipping his toe in the water, just so people aren't alarmed when he says he wants out if they were to fail this offseason.
So he's not wading in the water; he's just dipping his toe in it.
He just sending out feelers, just so you know. Just so you know, and he's probably putting the heat on his front office
to do something,
like putting them on the hot seat, because he's like, yo, if it doesn't work this year, my prime isn't going to keep lasting on forever. I'm turning 29. Something needs to give. And he's one of them dudes that will try to make his own way out and create a super team.
So you guys, a year from now, an expiring $26 million contract with DeMar DeRozan at 34 would be very valuable as well.
No.
Okay.
In what sense?
I don't see DeRozan coming here.
Like a trade, like a contract for the contract.
DeRozan wanted to come here.
To trade, a contract to trade.
To trade and then get even a better piece.
Everybody likes coming to New York without expectations.
But Wiz, that's why I'm saying, like, what are we doing in the trade market? Are we doing something or are we practicing? Right?
Well,
because why trade for DeMar DeRozan hoping that he'll be an expiring contract when you could take the same trade assets and just go get your guy?
Yeah, but
just add a couple more, more picks onto it and get the real guy that you want. The guy that's gonna be here more than a year and a half.
But I don't think those guys are available. That's the thing. Those guys are not available.
So you wait,
and they're going to cost
we're
a
not
lot
going
more.
anywhere.
And that's the reason why DeMar DeRozan might be available, because he's not one of those guys that puts you over the top. But we want him on his team to maybe get to a second, maybe.
But no,
and we're gonna let him
getting over the top.
We're gonna trade 3 first-round picks for him. We're gonna trade 3 first-round picks for him and let him wear 33.
Oh my God!
You know, here's the deal.
and give him Grimes and quickly. Grimes quickly 3 first and let him wear 33. That's what we're gonna do.
No. Here's the deal though.
Because he the cherry on top.
No, we're giving up this year for him things that are going to be gone next year, because we're going to give up 2023 first round, protected and one unprotected, right? As well as maybe 2025.
You want to give up an unprotected pick for a 33-year-old small forward that doesn't play the modern NBA game, that has never won a championship.
You want to hear a funny stat for you?
Yes, sir. I always, Dre, come on, don't do that. I always want to hear funny stats, bro.
DeMar DeRozan has played 15 games against LeBron in the playoffs.
Right.
He's never made a 3 in any of those games.
Get out of here. You serious?
Yeah.
Dre, come on, you bugging, bro.
He's never made a single 3-pointer.
Yeah,
in all those
games. They still can't stop him, and they know what he's going to do.
Oh, they still can't stop him, right? Because I'm not bugging. It's a serious stat.
He stopped himself. He hasn't won a play. He hasn't won serious playoff game. A serious playoff.
He's a nice player, but when you throw the word elite out, what is elite? Because is DeMar DeRozan a top 20 player in the NBA?
Yes.
No, he's not.
His numbers say he is.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
I can't.
ESPN rated him in the top 20. Not that that means anything. I'm just saying.
I can't see where that dude is top 40.
I won't say that. I'd say he's top 40, but I don't think he's top 20.
I'm struggling.
And even if he really isn't, he's still going to be the number one. We could get a much better player than what we have right now, and that would make us better without giving up a ton, I think. So what is wrong with the move?
That means if he is, the NBA has 30 teams. right? So that means he's got to be a 1.3 type player to be top 40. And there are teams out there with 2-3 players better than DeMar DeRozan. Like Philly.
Right,
Who's
I can start.
Who's better? Who's better?
I can,
Tyrese Maxey or
DeRozan.
DeRozan. Maxey.
No, it's not Maxey. It's DeRozan.
Maxey,
it's
bro.
close.
That's
It's
it.
not close.
Hey, Freezy, I can give you. I can name players. Hold on. Is he better than Anthony Edwards?
No.
Yes.
Is he better than Kyrie Irving?
No.
Is Kyrie Irving on the court? No, probably not.
Is he better than Bradley Beal?
No.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
Yes, he is.
No, DeMar DeRozan. No, Bradley Beal's a better playmaker.
Is he better than Bam Adebayo? If we're taking everything into account, playing defense, offense, whatever he does. Okay. Is he better than Brandon Ingram?
No.
I would think
He's a better leader
over
than
here.
Brandon Ingram. You talk about someone who's done
Leader is subjective. What has he led his teams to?
Playoffs.
Okay, there's a lot of guys. There's 16 teams that make the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
Is he better than Drew Holiday?
Put like this: is he better than anyone on our team?
But that speaks to the point that we shouldn't be like targeting him to be like a savior or something like that. That's the problem.
We can't misconstrue what we're talking about. No, I didn't. No one's calling him a savior. What we're saying is this guy's going to make us a much more dangerous team right now because we're trying.
But Ivory, we're paying savior prices.
That's not a
Is
savior
he better?
price.
Is he better than Pascal Siakam?
No.
Is he better than Chris Middleton?
No.
I think he's a better. I think he's better than Chris Middleton. He doesn't have the stats.
No, Chris Middleton is clutch though. Chris Middleton is clutch, bro. Chris Middleton. If y'all remember the finals, you remember the finals.
He performed.
Okay.
Hey, look, man. You saw the Eastern Conference Finals when Giannis was out. He basically put the team on his back.
He carried them, bro.
Middleton.
We didn't even know he had that in his bag. We didn't even know he could do that.
No.
And he put that team on his back while the Bucks were like
talked about Middleton before they won it. Before they won the championship, people talked about Middleton the same way they're talking about him now.
Yep.
But when you do things that win you championships, it must be acknowledged. Simply.
Yeah, he's been in the league for a while, 15 years.
Yeah, man. Too many miles.
I'm not even going to go further. Is he better than Donovan Mitchell?
No. Is he better than Darius Garland? No. Is he better than what's the power forward they have right now? The young boy,
Mobley.
Would you rather have Mobley or DeMar DeRozan?
Mobley for sure.
Team, you got to go with the young guy, but we all know DeRozan's better right now. DeRozan is better than 95% of the players in the league right now.
Okay, so what's for?
But that leaves 100. That leaves like maybe 50 players better than if you're saying 95%.
No, 10%. A 4 is a 4.
So 20 players better than. But but going off this list, there's roughly 30 players better than him. Just going off. I'm literally as I name these players, I started from 30 on the CBS list.
So based on what Ivory said though, he is better than 22.5% or 22.5 players. Okay. So he better than 427.5 players.
Cool.
I disagree. Clearly, because I said he's
Welcome
barely
to
top
my
40.
world, Freezy.
I know we need to get that on a t-shirt.
I disagree.
and put the quote to Nev. I disagree. Quote Nev on the t-shirt.
I like that.
It's time for the Knicks to show up. and to be competitive. And this dude puts us on the map. I know it doesn't put us over the hump. It doesn't put us over the hill. It doesn't make us a championship team. But this guy puts us on the map. No team can look at the Knicks and be like, yeah, we got this. Not one team can do that if we put this guy on the team.
Wiz, can you please offer Wiz, please offer an alternative. Wiz, please offer please offer an alternative. Is there an alternative player?
Yeah, there is. But before I go there,
that's available. That's available.
Does DeMar give us a guaranteed playoff position like top 6? Would you feel like that?
Guaranteed?
Did he do it with the Bulls last year? Did the Bulls make the playoffs last year?
Yeah.
They were weak defensively.
Okay.
I'm saying, because the current team is what? Play-in, playoff right now. Current as we are right now. Play-in, playoff.
No, they're like 11th.
Right now, as we are?
Yeah, I think they're like 11th right now.
I think we're 8th right now. Guaranteed.
No.
8th.
Well, okay.
I think DeMar will make us 6. And then once we're 6, we know we're going to get that experience of being in that scenario again. And that's one of the big plus to it. I mean, there are little nuances to the reason why he would benefit us. There's subtle nuances. It's not about
I would rather trade for a injured, washed-up Kawhi right now.
Oh.
I'd rather you go get Kawhi Leonard right now. And Kawhi Leonard is washed all the way up right in front of us. Have y'all been watching Kawhi Leonard?
No.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard is Leonard is like that veteran that has passed his prime and don't know it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody in here, a Giants fan. Yeah, I remember Rodney Hampton.
Yep.
Rodney Hampton, he broke a long run one time, and Eric Allen ran him down, right? And Rodney Hampton was like, "Dog, these DBs are fast," but everybody was laughing.
He's like, "Nah, you just slow."
Rodney Hampton was running full speed, but he was slow, right? That's what
he ain't have that top gear anymore.
Nah,
like his transmission started messing up after the 4th or 5th gear.
Yeah.
Maybe he's getting shaky a little bit. He probably
Who else is selling low right in the next 3 to 4 weeks? Who else is selling low?
Not sure. Let me read the super chat though real quick. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says DeRozan in place of RJ makes us a top 3 seed.
No, it doesn't. But it would make us. It would make us maybe 4 or 5 if we built the roster around his strengths. But that would
make us a laughing stock at ESPN. That's what it would make us.
Like if you were to look at the Bulls, the way they started out last year hot was for a reason, because they had basically a 3-and-D point guard that was shooting a high percentage from 3 on high volume, and they also had a center that shot a high volume of 3s at a high percentage, which all caters to DeRozan's skill set, because DeRozan never wants to shoot 3s. Now you throw him on the Knicks. Who are going to fill those roles on offense?
And they had Alec Caruso coming off the bench in his best role.
Yeah. So who's going to be the high volume 3-point shooter that allows DeRozan to live in the mid range unbothered?
Mitchell Robinson.
But here's the thing, Dre. You can always build. You can always get a couple of shooters. You know, you can find them on just about every team. You can pick up a shooters here and there.
Yeah. You can pick up some shooters, but people don't want to. People don't want to hear this, but we have a shooter on this team right now that can't play because he can't play no defense.
We have 2 of them.
Exactly. That's why you just cannot pick up a shooter. You're not gonna play them. That's the point. You just cannot pick up a shooter because they're not going to play. Right. You're not going to play them because they cannot play defense. So you can't put them on the court.
I don't know what's going on in the Cosmos.
Is also an option. Either we go Indiana, Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, or we go Charlotte and get Bridges.
Oh man. Yeah, man. Hey, it's a good day.
I mean, he's not even on Charlotte. He's a free agent. He's in the abyss right now. He's not under contract.
It's a good
He still
day
got to
for
go through a
both New York
suspension as well. I'm
teams.
pretty sure the league is going to suspend him as well.
Oh yeah,
What happened, Adam? Hold on. What happened, Adam?
It's a good day for both New York teams.
Okay, what happened?
The Knicks and the Rangers are on a 5-game winning streak.
Oh, you talking about the bum Rangers? I thought you were talking about the Mets.
No. Those Rangers are good, man. Please. Come on now.
I thought you were talking about the Mets, man.
I'm just talking about
I'm talking about both
the
New York
Islanders.
teams, the Knicks and the Rangers on a 5-game winning streak.
So Trey, you really think the Knicks have a chance at like a 4 seed if they had DeMar DeRozan and they put RJ and they had RJ coming off the bench? You think that makes them a 4 seed?
No. If they removed RJ from the existence of this roster and replaced it with like a high volume 3-point shooter.
You don't think RJ can come off the bench and be a nice? Listen, I know it's not going to happen.
It's not going to
His game
happen.
is very 6-man like. His game is very 6-man like.
You are not gonna put your franchise player on the bench. You just signed him to an extension.
First of all, RJ's game is not 6-man like because you need somebody to be able to light it up at a moment's notice. RJ's game is he's going to compound stats, and then when you look at the end of the game at the box score, you see, damn, he had 22, and it didn't even feel like it. RJ's game is not going to be like he gets 20 in 17 minutes.
That Clarkson.
He can't do that. So you can't just say, I'm going to bring RJ off the bench, and RJ's going to thrive. Like, he's not a microwave scorer.
Yeah,
he needs to get his minutes and attempts up.
Hey, y'all, just real quick, y'all. Man, my voice is giving out. I'm gonna go make some tea, man. Can y'all rock without me? Somebody gonna read the super chat?
Yeah.
I'll get it for you.
Okay. Thank you. I'll be right back, man. I just need something for the vocal cords.
Okay, so why not Buddy Hield and Turner? What about that?
Buddy Hield and Turner.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I didn't read this super chat right here. I'll read this one real quick. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, DeRozan is unstoppable. Ivory is right. He's the Spreewell move. And Paris Duggar, thank you for the other's generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, DeRozan, Brunson, Randle will get 50 free throws a game. Book it. And that's going to take us to the championship.
It's a big 3, baby. Big 3 right there. Big 3.
That's not enough.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, boss.
That's not enough.
That's a lot.
It's
but
it's
I
not
do like
enough. It's not enough, but it's more than what we've had in decades, guys. And we don't have
are you content? Like, are you content with making the second round and then it's a flash in the pan, and then we gotta rebuild it all over and retool all over again?
But that's not the case, though, Dre.
But hold on. The reason I say retool is because DeRozan is not getting younger. He's not ascending. He is descending, and the statistics tell you that. So it's not like a gripe against him. It would be like we give up something for a guy that's 33, 34. Hypothetically, whatever we give up, it's already it's either in the wind. That's already gone. How can you be so sure a 35-year-old shooting guard can last very long when his game is based on some athleticism?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just jump out the window and assume we're going to continuously.
That's what you say. He's 33 right now. He'll be 34 next August.
Okay.
So we're talking about 33, 34. So 3 years from now is when he hits the 35. Now, I think he has 3 years left in his legs.
Okay, Wiz. Do you see anybody on the Knicks roster getting? Okay, do you see anybody on the Knicks roster getting better with time to ultimately be better than a second round team?
Yes, I think the dynamics. I think Brunson is going to his prime. So 2 years from now, Brunson will be at his prime and his peak.
2 years from now, Randle will be descending from his prime because he'll be 30.
If Randle's on the team, I'm not even necessarily keeping Randle, by the way. So the 2 years.
But we're going with what Ivory thinks. Ivory thinks Randle's going to be here. Randle, Brunson,
Okay, so you're
DeRozan.
Randall as a part of our future right now as well, without
Yeah,
DeRozan.
yeah, because he's saying better than what we have. If we were to get DeRozan and get rid of Randall, then we would be worse,
No,
obviously.
but I'm
But I
talking
don't.
about you. You're saying that Randall is a future for us as far as
If it was up to me, I'm trading him at his highest value. But
uh, okay,
I'm
okay.
thinking about how it would work in reality. So he would
I think
probably
he's
be
doing
here
very
through his
well.
contract.
And DeRozan is having the
Okay.
second best year of his career. So I don't see how you're saying his numbers are declining. He's not declining. He's having the second best year of his career right now in every statistical category, just about. I mean, the guy's not great. He's not perfect, and he's not going to make us a championship contender. But what he does is he makes us super, super attractive, very dangerous, and from there, you know what? Maybe he's not
But
going to be around in 5
but if
years.
he's
But
super attractive, the star that we would get would have to replace him because he's not gonna be like, in all likelihood, he's gonna be making a lot of money. So, do
when
you
his
think
when his contract
Brunson or Randall would go?
when
Like
his contract ends, I know Donovan Mitchell is going to be a free agent, so there's a replacement right there on the
Yeah,
same year that they end. But
good
and
point. Good point.
realistically, you can't really count on anyone, right? You can't count on anyone to come. You really can't, right? Not if you're a Knicks fan. So it's almost like you got to go out and try and get this and take it, right? We're never going to tank to get the guy to get the franchise guy in the draft. So if we're trying to build a winner, I see this guy as a nice chip to building a winner temporarily, sure. Especially if you don't have to give up so much. We're not mortgaging the future to get him. We got 11 picks in 7 years, 11 first rounders in 7 years. We got picks, man. Let's get better. Let's be serious about it. If
But
we're
the
gonna make
picks
the
they want
playoffs,
are not the protected ones that we keep talking this 11 stuff. We really have 5 of our own picks. The other ones are the protected ones that teams don't really care about because if they did, Donovan
Okay,
Mitchell would be Nick right now.
right,
but
but I'm
here's
not
the,
sure. But I'm not sure they wouldn't be so. Because we have so many. If we're willing to give them a nice offer, like I said, I don't know what he would cost. But if it's not a situation, it's not going to be a Donovan Mitchell type trade. So it's not like you're giving up a ton of picks. If you're giving up a couple of young players and a couple of picks, I think they'll take that and run. Possibly, I don't know. But if that's what we could get him for, I mean, he would be the best player we've had since Melo. I mean, I think you gotta. I think you go with that. I think you got to give that a shot if you're the Knicks and you're trying to build this way. Then I think it's something you should definitely consider.
Okay, so what do you think is like the highest ceiling as team success with that kind of composition? With you
I
saying
think if
RJ coming off the bench and all.
with RJ being our sixth man with that team, I think we could build an Eastern Conference contender. I really do. I think we could in the next 2 years. I think we could build an Eastern Conference contender with those 5-6 guys. Started with those 5-6 guys going into next summer.
that's right. Let's say, what would you pay for DeRozan? What would it be the max you pay for him right now, or would you just not even try?
Well, you know why I hate getting into that because we never know what these guys are really worth. It's very tough to tell what they're really worth.
With a guy like DeRozan, you have to take in variables like age and all that stuff. So even if he's playing at a high level, he's not gonna yield like what Kevin Durant would yield, even though they're in the same age range. So you have to take into account how much better he truly makes a team, which is all subjective. You think very highly of him. I'm not that high. I don't think that highly of DeRozan.
Paris Duggar is making a solid point here.
Even with DeRozan on this team, it's not going to make them a championship team.
Yeah, 1 second. You want to read the super chat on Paris Duggar?
I can read it.
I'll fuse his back. Okay.
There's no player we're going to get.
Yeah, Paris Duggar. Thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says Brunson DeRozan is better than Mitchell and Garland.
Absolutely not. No, it's not.
No, I disagree.
Absolutely not.
Don't ducky a time for turtles. Thank you for the generous contribution.
Y'all out here wilding. Paris Duggar is wilding tonight. He is drinking tonight.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on out here in these Knicks streets, bro. We've been talking to DeMar DeRozan for 2 straight hours, bro. I don't know what's going on out here in these Knicks streets.
That's why I switched to Buddy Hield and Miles Turner.
Dre,
Well,
you got something you want to send us in a private chat so I can put on the screen? I'm trying to change the subject. I'm trying to change the subject.
I'm gonna throw it.
What are you guys gonna dump Fournier and maybe say?
Is that a real question, Freezy, or is that a joke question? All
the one in the private chat is a real question. The one I said in the private chat is a real question. And so what I was saying what I was asking you right now is I gotta do some. DeMar DeRozan takes 2 hours, bro, for us to figure out, and we still hadn't figured.
You want me to
out?
put up a tweet? Find a tweet.
Yeah, we need something, man.
Yo, is Coach trying to come into Coach's?
Nah, man, Coach got a job, man.
Oh, that's why he's working.
Yeah,
Okay.
Coach got a job. He work at night, man.
So yeah, Coach, we want to keep RJ Randle and Brunson, and DeRozan is going to be just a cheap pickup by getting rid of Cam and Fournier, along with one of the unprotected and one protected.
Nope,
Okay, would you do 25 protected, one unprotected, and then Cam and Fournier? Because that's basically, we're going to dump those 2 guys anyway, but to get some value, DeRozan would be value. I'm not sure I want any more picks right now, because even if we get picks, Tibbs won't play them because they're rookies. So I'm going for we're going to go for a player, and that's why Buddy Hield and Turner and Miles Turner are my next option.
Okay.
I want to throw another mix in there, because it's time to move some of these 2 guys. We got to move Cam. We got to move Fournier. Yeah, it appears.
Right. Hey, get to Barris Duggar's super chat.
So Paris Douglas says Donovan couldn't ever stop DeRozan one time in a game.
And vice versa, Paris.
Thank you for that, Paris Douglas. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, look, man, if it was about a one-on-one game, Stephen Curry could not guard the vast majority of all-star or potential all-star guards in his league. Are they better than Steph? Are most of them better than Steph? Absolutely not. The game is more than just a one-on-one basketball game. Because if it was just all about being one-on-one, DeMar DeRozan legitimately is a maybe top 5 one-on-one player in the entire NBA. But it's a team game. So you can't just... If that was the case, Kyrie Irving would win every championship every year. Because you can't stop him one-on-one.
Would you do Fournier and Cam for Buddy Hield?
I would do it, but I don't think they would do it. I think Indiana's looking for a first rounder for him, minimal. They want to get something for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield to pile on their assets in their rebuild. Go ahead, Wiz.
Is Buddy much better than Fournier? Would he be in the rotation right away?
I mean, he would be in the rotation immediately, because while he's not a great defender, he's not an incapable defender, if that makes sense. Like, he can play defense. He's not great at it, but he's not also a liability. He's not physically enabled. And he also, I think he's a better volume 3-point shooter than Fournier, even though Fournier was pretty good at it last year. I believe he takes more threes over the last 3-4 years. He's taking more threes at a higher volume.
That's really if we want those all around players.
Actually, I don't believe it would be in the rotation, because I think Tibbs would say this very same thing he said about Cam. You're trading for a guy that's out of the rotation to a guy that's you want me to
out
put
the
into the
rotation.
rotation. Yeah. So therefore, he would have to sit on the bench when he get an opportunity. You know, that's
He
all
would
I
have to
see.
be. He would have to be so obviously better than the options we have now for Tibbs to even put him out there.
But I think right now, I think part of our 9-man though is based on the fact that we have those 3 guys who are kind of untouchable because of whether it's Rose's injury or trading, and then Cam and Fournier are just off limits because we're going to try to trade him and avoid getting hurt. I think he would possibly go 10 if we had, a player that he thought was valuable enough.
Oh,
So,
I didn't call Hill average defender. I think he's slightly below average, but compared to Fournier, he's slightly better than Fournier, if that makes sense. But they're both absolutely terrible. But I think he's a better high volume 3-point shooter than Fournier is.
Yeah, when he gets hot, bro, he goes nuclear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
he averages 5 rebounds.
He's almost like a better version of Tim Hardaway Jr. If that makes sense. Not like that's a world changer, but
he's
a more consistent Tim Hardaway.
I could see Buddy Hield on the Dallas Mavericks. I could see but Buddy Hield makes a lot of money though.
No, 22 mil.
Huh?
22.
Yeah, the Kings gave him a ton of money.
I'm talking about compared to what his trade value is on Wiz. Not in terms of superstar money.
Okay. But I said Cameron Fournier matches, right?
Yeah. I could see the Dallas Mavericks trading for Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield on the Dallas Mavericks makes them Western Conference Finals, I think.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, it's raining, bro?
Yeah, man.
But isn't it a good move to also not let him get Buddy Hield by taking him? The move where you take a player to avoid it from getting somewhere else.
I don't know. I want to talk to Rel and King about like some of the stuff that y'all are saying to see if we in the right ballpark about certain guys, especially DeMar DeRozan. I want to get a temperature from other fan bases.
Oh yeah,
to see if we're at least onto something. You know,
like
what
DeMar DeRozan on the Dallas Mavs next to Luka would be dangerous because they already have the guy.
Right.
Yes, I totally agree.
When you put him,
we gave him a 3-point shooter. We gave him a 3-point shooter. That they hate.
I mean, the Mavs have a ton of 3-point shooters. The problem is they don't have a ball handler or shot creator besides Luka on that roster.
Besides Luka.
A reliable one.
All their 3-point shooters depend on Luka to set them up every possession.
Yep.
That's the reason why Luka is so frustrated. And then since they're not 3 and D guys, they're just spot up shooters. They depend on Luka to play D. I mean, not solely because Dwight Powell and Dorian Finney-Smith and others. But would y'all consider Jaden Hardy for Cam Reddish?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That would reset the rookie scale wage anyway.
Yep.
But like, what's funny? Would you trade Cam Reddish for Reggie Bullock?
No.
Wow.
He got the
on this team, the way we're currently set up, now that we have a point guard.
Yeah.
DeRozan and Dinwiddie are not in the same stratosphere as shot creators and scorers. Stop it, Wayne. Stop it.
Yeah.
They're not in the same planet, bro. Not even in consistency.
No.
Dinwiddie. Wow.
I would say those two playing together would be okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and notice I said okay. I didn't say good or great. Right? They'd be okay. But Cam Reddish for Reggie Bullock? If they pulled it off, I wouldn't be surprised. Let me put it that way.
I wouldn't either.
No, y'all need to stop it with the former Knicks. Yeah.
That would be a Tibbs move.
Adam, you didn't hear what Adam. Listen to what I said. I didn't say I wanted Reggie Bullock. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm saying if they did that, it wouldn't surprise me. That's what I said. We never said we wanted Reggie Bullock.
I can see that move.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should just get back Frank.
Yo.
Frank for what, man? The only thing that's changed with Frank over the years is his hairstyles, man.
That's it. In his uniform. That's it. Right?
I saw Frank on the bench with some braids. I'm like, who is this?
Who is this?
Who's that guy?
Swaggy. Hey, Paris Duggan, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggan says, okay with your under 500 Donovan record guy, and DeRozan is B, king efficient young bloods. Wake up. Okay.
Where's my phone? I just put my phone down.
I know who he's talking about, right? When he says be king efficient.
Bernard King?
He's talking about Bernard King efficient.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I don't see that. No way.
That's sacrilegious. No, sorry. Don't mention BK. And the favorite player of all time.
Yeah, man.
Well, like Albert King.
With the Nets. Remember the Albert King with the old Nets uniform on?
Oh, man.
He was the best.
Yeah, man. That dude can score, man.
Yeah, Christian Wood available. Yeah, Freezer, you talked to Dallas guys. Is Christian Wood available?
I don't know. I'm gonna reach out to them and see if we can do a collab with them. See if they'll come over and hang out with us. The last time I think StreamYard is funny, man. Like last time Rel came on, he was having the buffering issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when the Golden State dude came on.
Yeah, he said his internet was lagging. I wouldn't say he was lagging, but he was cutting in and out.
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
I guess I'm not doing in my lobby, my job.
The Mavs might have an issue because Maxi Kleber is out for the next 2 months with a sprained knee.
2 months?
Yeah, it says 6 to 8 weeks with a sprained knee. 6 to 8 weeks, so basically 2 months.
Okay.
Wow.
So he was probably
it
the
might
best.
Be a blessing in these guys, Trey, because they haven't been playing Christian Woods down the stretch, and I'm wondering why. Because this guy sometimes he comes in and he will give them like good scoring and
terrible
and
defense,
everything.
by the way. That's why.
Yeah.
His defense is horrific. Like they'll put him in the low leverage parts of the game where he can rack up his numbers while Luka's resting.
Okay.
But when they try
he's good at stretch a lead. He'll stretch a lead now.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to the end of games where they need to go back and forth and they might need to stop, Maxi Kleber can actually defend the rim with a rebound and just be catch and shoot guy.
Dwight Powell is good too.
So like in the middle of games where it's not high leverage and not as much pressure, he'll come in and fill it up. But like the last 3-4 minutes of the game, they try to go like all the way defense and let Luka be the offense. Because he'll usually find the right.
He'll do what Foley is doing right now for us.
Like who? Like who's doing?
What Fournier is doing for us right now.
Tibbs is not playing Christian Wood, bro.
Right. So we just get him on the bench, and
and do what?
Get rid of Fournier, and so okay. His contract is what? When does that end?
But what do we gain?
Nothing.
Yeah, like that move is net neutral because neither guys are going to play. So why not just keep Fournier?
Youthfulness and potential filling in.
But we know for a fact that Fournier is a good, positive veteran, even though he's not playing. And you don't know what you're gonna get with Christian Wood. Christian Wood might get here and might not like it.
Hey, look, man. He if we're gonna keep it real, he is not a Tibbs player. No. Not in any shape or form.
He is a Tibbs nightmare, bro. A big man that's not a rim protector. Oh my god! Oh, gee, man.
a big man that only likes his touches on offense. That's it. He's not.
And it's gonna complain if he don't get touches.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, Tibbs will have a baby rhinoceros right on the NBA floor, bro.
Yeah.
Okay,
Two
so
of
with
them.
DeRozan next year, we just signed Kyrie, right? Let's sign Kyrie.
Oh man.
They'll be yelling.
I mean, as long as he doesn't walk too far off the earth, he'll be okay. Because he won't fall off.
That's hilarious.
Can I? Oh, my fault. Wiz, you can finish.
No. Go ahead. I'm joking about Kyrie, man.
I was gonna switch up the conversation or the topic to something that's like relevant to the current Knicks team.
Oh, before you
And-
do that, maybe Frizzy should read the super chat because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
on
yeah.
the same topic.
Hey, so Paris Duggan, thank you for Jim's contribution. Paris Duggan says, include 2023. How many All-Star years does DeRozan have left?
Have left.
Okay.
How old is he?
Good point. He's
Does
33.
he say had left or just have?
Have left.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
Including this year.
See, because 2023 is not here yet. So you have to.
Yeah. It depends on what team he goes to in the future. Because, like, if he's going to a team where he's not the number one option like he is on Chicago, he's not going to make another All-Star game. Like, a contender would have eyes on him, but then he would be used as basically like a mercenary scorer, and they'd already have, like, a playmaker. Like, for instance, the Lakers have interest in DeRozan. And if he played on the Lakers, his scoring would go down, his assist numbers would go down. He probably wouldn't play as many minutes because they would be like trying to divvy up the minutes between him being on the court with LeBron and off.
I don't know,
So, like,
though, Dre.
I'm saying because he's a playmaker and he can play make and he has guard skills, like it would be like the rotations where they start out the game like the first 6 minutes and then DeRozan or LeBron go to the bench, and then when the next one comes out, he'll come right back on, just so they have one of the two of them on the court at all times. Like they wouldn't just play all their minutes together, in my opinion.
Right.
And
Hey, so Paris Duggan wants you to answer both, bro. He says answer both. How many does he have, and how many does he have left?
Okay, so
Well,
3, 4, maybe.
I think two.
That's a lot.
I think two.
Yeah.
I think two. It depends on where he goes because I feel like he's going to go to a contender, and if he's going to a contender, he won't be about his numbers at that point.
Okay.
Well, he wasn't really supposed to be the first option on the Bulls the last couple of years.
It just,
but because of the fact
it
that
just
he's
Levine just kind of like
takes a lot of
hovered.
shots. He takes a lot of shots, Levine. He's really the first option, but they still give it to DeRozan because he's the most effective. You know, but Levine takes the most shots.
Right? He's been off 5 years.
Coach. After 29-28, most NBA players descend. It doesn't mean they're bad players. They're just descending. That's not horrible. It's not a horrible thing to say. He's just mad that I said like players descend after 29-28 or 30. Like
Prime? Who's rest prime?
I just said like most NBA players.
He's really descending.
But like for instance, let me put it this way. Most great players in NBA history, their best season has been their 27th, 28th year. 27th year, 28th year. So, not that they're descending to the point of being mediocre, it's just descending marginally. Like they're never going to hit that level of play.
You
Like
mean those are their peak seasons?
yeah,
Like
they're peaks, not like that not that they're going to be bad or anything. I'm speaking about their peak.
DeMar DeRozan is a 5-time All-Star, and he'll probably make the All-Star team this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know after that because if he goes to the Lakers, say in a trade, like so what I'm thinking, Dre, is this: if he goes to the Lakers, I think what the Lakers will do is rest LeBron and AD some and get everything they can out of DeMar DeRozan. Because remember, the Lakers have
He wanted
good
him
young
first.
players.
They wanted him first. They wanted to get him first and keep their young players, but they went the Westbrook route.
Yeah. And now I watched this joint, the Serge Ibaka cooking show. Y'all ever saw that?
Yeah.
And when DeMar DeRozan was on it, he was like, he was headed to the Lakers to sign the contract, and his agent was like, "Hold on for a second, Chicago want to talk to you, and they may be offering more money." And he was like, "Well, how much more money are they offering?"
Wow.
And after that, you know what I'm saying? So he was headed.
Talks.
Yeah, he was headed to LA. And oh, you know what? Let me rephrase that.
I won't even say money talks because he was still going to go there.
I don't even think it was the Lakers. He said LA. So I don't want to say definitively if it was the Lakers or the Clippers. But he said.
Yeah, Freezy, because he said on multiple occasions it was going to be the Lakers.
Okay.
And then they stopped because they went after the Westbrook trade over that summer. Because LeBron started panicking over the Nets' big three. So he's like, I need a big three.
So basically, to answer Paris Douglas' question, I think 6 because he's already got 5, but we don't know for sure.
6.
Yeah, we don't know for sure after 23, depending on the team makeup and all that stuff. We don't know. Right. So after 23, we'll probably say 6.
Yeah, let's say 6. 5.
And even if he's just under that all-star level, he still makes us really strong. He makes us
That's
nice.
still good.
Yeah.
Even at 36 years old.
Bonnie and who else could we get him for?
Man, I don't think DeRozan is. I don't even think you have to spend that much, bro.
Nope. That's why.
Like people think I hate DeRozan. I don't think DeRozan is a bad player. I just think he wouldn't fit this current iteration of the Knicks or this direction that they're heading in. Like I don't think DeRozan is a bad player at all.
Can you imagine?
I think he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, he is a good player, right? But can you imagine ESPN's headline? First, the Knicks botch the Donovan Mitchell trade. Then they give RJ an extension. And then they trade for DeRozan. And then they put RJ on the bench with his extension. Bro, man, listen. If you think the Knicks are a laughing stock right now, if you do that, next thing you know, lions will be jumping through flaming hoops and elephants will be jumping on stools. Because it'll be a circus.
Look, man, if Dolan came down here and fired Blorange Tears, I'm asking for that W-2 and I'm putting it on my resume that I worked at MSG.
No one laughs when you're winning. No one laughs when you're winning. The Knicks will be winning a lot of games with those guys.
There we go. All the way to the bank.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This would be if you trade Emmanuel Quickly for DeMar DeRozan or 2 young players for DeMar DeRozan, people will think it's the Rod Strickland trade all over again.
Rod Strickland.
Yeah. You know what we got for Rod Strickland, right? Maurice Cheeks. Guess how old Maurice Cheeks was?
55.
33 years old.
Yeah.
That was a steal.
I wish Coach was up here because I would ask him, like, what is the ceiling of a DeMar DeRozan Knicks team with this current team?
Coach wants DeMar DeRozan?
It looks like it.
Coach trolling. He trolling, bro. He like to do that.
He not trolling.
Yes, he is. He trolling. Because
the poster of DeMar DeRozan in the coach's backyard?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Hey, Coach, you know.
Coach said 33 is due 23.
Basically, Paris Douglas says, no, he wouldn't fit a Tibbs ISO offense. Straight wake up. Thank you for that, Paris Douglas. Appreciate you.
I think he would be the ideal player for a Tibbs ISO. Hey, you know how many mid-post touches Randle got last year? That's DeRozan's bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
He would be doing what Randall did, but like 10 times better or more efficient.
Last shot on Wednesday. Who would if he had the ball instead of Randall had the ball last Wednesday on Wednesday night? Who would take the last shot?
Oh,
it
if
depends on
DeRozan was on the team.
It
If
depends on
DeRozan
the
was on the
defense.
team.
It depends on the defense. Nah, it depends on the defense, man, because the play they drew up looked like it was going to go to Brunson.
I thought
But Chicago, and see, this is
Blew
what I'm
it up.
talking about. Like as a fan, you can't look at that through fan lenses. You got to look at it through basketball lenses, right? The Chicago Bulls had a foul to give for one, right? So if Brunson would have had the ball, they'd have just ran to him, let him run out the clock, and then they'd have fouled him, right? Then they would have stopped the clock, and then the Knicks would have had to reset all over again with another play, right?
But
then
I was gonna say Freezy, but this is where like Brunson's IQ would come into play because Brunson would know they had a foul again, and he would go into his move early just to get it out the way.
no, Dre, they would they was above the 3-point line, bro.
No.
Already.
I'm saying like if they were to go the ISO route with just giving it to Brunson,
okay,
Brunson would have just went into a move to coax them into that, giving that extra foul early, and it would probably would have been like 7. No. Like a lot of players now, they try to make teams give up their foul to give early so they can still run a play with actions. So like if you were to wait too long, you'd be like 3-4 seconds, and you can't actually run a play.
But listen, hear me out. Y'all hear me out.
Yeah.
The basketball thing there is with 24.7 seconds left, you go
You
up,
run the
and
clock.
even if Brunson goes into his move, you send him to the free throw line with 20 seconds left to go in the game. He knocks down his 2 free throws, but guess what? Now you get the ball back with 20 seconds left to go in the game with a 2-point lead, where now you can either come down and tie it or win it.
Wait, Freezy, when I say start early, I mean like going to the action with 10 seconds left, not with 20. Like you run it down and you balance it. You try to go into it with 10 seconds left. And then a lot of teams like Luka Doncic or whatever, they would try to draw a foul, and then they would go into the actual play with 8 seconds left. 8 seconds left.
But the defense is not going to do that because they have a foul to give. I'm telling you, as soon as Brunson touches it, they're going to foul him. There is no dribbling out the seconds because they have a foul to give. If they didn't have a foul to give, right, then they could wait and see what happened and all this stuff and then play it out that way. But they have a free foul to give.
Because I was watching the feed, right, on MSG, and Randall had the ball with 10 seconds left, and I was expecting them to foul. To get their foul out the way, but they didn't. And then Randall went into his move.
Randall did not make a move at the 10-second mark. I was yelling at the TV, "Why you go?"
Right.
Because I figured they're going to give the foul.
Right.
But they didn't. They didn't foul. They just let him go at it.
But in Chicago's case, though, you watch Brunson be the closer for the Knicks in all the games leading up to this.
Right.
And so when they were coming across, Brunson got within about 10 feet of Randall with his hand like this, telling Randall to hold on to the ball. There was no other play.
Yeah,
right?
it was drawn up for him to do it. Yeah, that was because Randall was cooking all night, so it was like, you know what, let Randall close it out.
Right. If Chicago didn't have a foul to give there, right, then Brunson gets the ball, hoping that they would foul him, right? That's why when Dre said he'll go into his move and all of that, if they didn't have a foul to give, of course, Brunson would have went straight into his move, like what Dre said. But since they got a foul to give, they could just stop the clock and then reset their defense and call another defense and probably set up a trap all over the floor where you get like a wild 3-pointer from Grimes from like 35 feet, right? But instead they let Randall dribble the ball out because remember, Randall was not even close to the 3-point line. So you don't foul him out there or even put pressure on him. You just stand there and make him, uncomfortable from about 35 feet. You know what I'm saying? That's why when Tim said after the game, it wasn't a bad play. Plus Chicago had a foul to give. I was understanding that Chicago had a foul to give, but I didn't know if they wanted to foul Randall, who is is sometimes a shaky free throw shooter in the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's the least clutch player on the Knicks.
Right. That's what I'm. See, I thought Chicago was going to go that route and save them some time on the clock, but what they decided to do is not foul that far away from the rim, because maybe if Randle goes into his 3-point motion, then now you foul them away from the basket. He goes up 3, and now a 2 don't tie it no more. Like all these things are running through everybody's head. And I ain't mean to cut Dre off. I was just wanting to throw this stuff out there because the foul to give in that situation is very important, right?
I feel you.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why they were itching towards Brunson. As soon as Brunson would have caught the ball, they would have fouled him there and tried to not let him get a shot off.
You're right, Brucey.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why Tibbs was Tibbs was standing there just like this when Randle was dribbling the clock out. The only thing Randle did wrong is not hit the rim on that wild shot he threw up. If he would have touched any of the rim, Chicago would have never got a chance to throw up a shot in that 0.7 second scenario.
Yeah, I wish it was an elbow. I wish it was an elbow jumper at least. Then it would have gave Mitch a chance to get the ball. But him shooting from the corner, if you miss everything, you just miss everything.
Yeah, and what he should have done is call for the screen and went to try to go down the lane. That way, if they would have collapsed, he could have threw a lob to the big man, or they would have fouled him in the paint. But since Randle's not a closer, he don't think steps ahead. Like, what's the right basketball play right here?
I wish we would have went for that rub screen that we were doing over and over just to create a mismatch, and then they would double, and then somebody would just be open.
Yep.
And frankly, you know what? And the thing I probably would have did there, if I'm Randle, I'm going towards the paint, but I'm definitely looking for the kick out to Quentin Grimes.
Yeah, because he ain't getting that foul call. He didn't get it the time before. We just whacked him.
Tied at 117. Yeah, when we were tied at 117, nah, he ain't got the call. Right? But Grimes is the least and Grimes is the least likely person that a defense would think about taking a shot there. But Grimes had already hit 2 clutch shots down the stretch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He had about 3 clutch shots in that hole.
Right.
In OT and down the stretch.
So Dre, what do you think about that foul to give situation down the stretch, man? Are you thinking teams are going to be likely to do that to us more? Like in a foul to give situation, are they just going to trap Brunson? And the reason why I'm asking this, y'all, is because when teams don't have two playmaking guards on the floor, if you trap a guard, if you trap the primary playmaker right there, then now you got awkward
breaks the whole play. It breaks the whole play.
And that's exactly why they were pushing Randle right down the middle. They were hoping to trap him and get him to make a mistake. Everyone was wondering why they were giving Randle the lane. They wanted to trap him and hope he'd turn it over.
Yep. And so Randle played it smart there. He was like, yo, if I don't make it, nobody's making it. That was his mentality. If I don't make it, we go into overtime.
And like a disadvantage because of Brunson's height, if he gets trapped, it's harder for him to see over the defense.
Meanwhile, the clock is running out. The clock is running. Tick.
So, like, if you notice when Brunson gets trapped, he moves the ball immediately because he's not trying to jump pass or anything like that, which is more risky.
Another situation where DeMar DeRozan would be nice to have.
Hey, he didn't help the Bulls last night. I'll tell you that much. Well, besides getting free throws. Well, if it wasn't for 17 free throws, that game should have been over.
That's one of the things he's elite at, right? Is getting to the line.
Yep,
that's very true.
Okay. I'm with you.
That is a skill. That is a skill. Can't diminish that at all.
I'm with you. Paris Duggan, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggan says Fournier and Cam and 2 protected first gets DeRozan.
Wow. It does not.
I'm not giving up first round picks. Yeah, that's
it's not too much. I mean,
that's too much.
I don't think the Bulls would take it. I think it's too much for us, but I don't think the Bulls would take it anyway.
I don't think they're taking that deal.
I don't think they would take that.
Well, it depends. Actually, how late in the season is trade going to happen? If it's trade deadline, and if you protected our four, Dallas and whoever we have otherwise, where it's
If
almost
the
going to be
Bulls keep losing by New Year's, they're blowing it up.
Yeah.
right.
What about that center?
Hey, Dre, I think if they get bad news from Lonzo, I think they blown it up.
They did get bad news from Lonzo. They said Lonzo might not be back this season. As of yesterday.
Yeah, I'm saying if it's confirmed, that's because I heard what you were saying earlier.
Right.
I'm saying if they confirm this man is not coming back, and DeMar DeRozan, I think they're gonna blow it up, bro. I think they're considering it down.
Burn it down, right?
Yeah, man.
Because right now we have Detroit, Washington, Dallas, and our own for 2023.
Yeah, Dallas.
So Dallas we're gonna get Dallas, right?
Yeah, we're gonna probably get the Dallas. So we're probably not gonna get the Wizards one because
they're not gonna make they're not gonna make the second round of the playoffs.
I'll take
Protected through what? What's it protected through? What's Washington protected through?
The second. They're just thinking about them making the second round of the playoffs around 18. They got to be 18 or worse for us to get it.
Yeah, so they have to be like a top 12 team in the NBA, which they're not going to be.
Yeah.
Freezy, what about that center? Vucevic? You take that guy?
No.
No?
No.
Tibbs would pass out.
Yeah, Tibbs would fart bubbles, bro. About Vucevic every night, bro. He would do that all night long, bro. Vucevic is one of the worst defenders in the league, bro. No, he would not. No.
You saw what happened when teams don't have a real rim protector against us. Our big three gets 80 points combined, 82 points. When teams don't have a real rim protector.
There is, and you know what? And so the thing about Tibbs and Mitchell Robinson that people don't understand is over the years, these two have gotten closer and closer and closer. When Tibbs first got here, he didn't like Mitch. And now,
he was contemplating starting a while over him, and then Mitch just took that job. For like a few games. There's like a few games, and then Tibbs saw after 4 games, nah, this ain't it.
Yep. Yeah. And then now when you like we saw him last year, man, listen, I ain't even gonna lie. I think we were in Atlanta. It might have been DC. We were in DC. And Mitch got hurt in the game, and Tibbs had the little baby tears in his eyes. And I'm like, dog, boy, you can tell. You dang, this dude really. That's one of the things too I've been wanting.
It's so important to that defense because rim protection is everything for him.
Yeah, and the other thing too I've been wanting to say, man, is man, these guys, they travel and live together for 9 months of the year. And so these dudes get close, bro. Tibbs is a man.
And it's almost
a man.
It's almost like mentorship for Mitch because Mitch is so young. And I feel like his understanding of the game and his IQ has improved dramatically since his rookie year.
Yeah, bro. These dudes get so close. You know what I'm saying? I legit saw Speed and Evan Fournier talking during the game. And I'm like, I wonder what they're over there talking about. Cause
probably in a whole other language at that.
See, I ain't even thought about that.
Right.
That's true.
I ain't even thought about that, man. That's crazy.
That's true.
Wild.
Yeah.
Very wild. I ain't even thought about that.
That's part of the reason why RJ and Frank Ntilikina were close because they used to speak to each other in French. RJ knows a bunch of languages. RJ knows 3 languages.
Yeah, and the point I was getting is you know how the game is zooming up and down the floor, right? The game zooming up and down the floor, And Fournier and Svi are talking, and the horn go off and they jump and they just stand up and start clapping. And I'm like, these dudes ain't even talking about the game.
They're just going through the motions, man.
It's start clapping, right?
These dudes over here talking about Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm like, what is this, bro? And the thing about it is like these dudes be together so much. I think sometimes we take the humanity out of the game, bro. Like these people actually like each other. Like fans are the only one that's pounding the table for trades every day. These dudes are professionals. They be tight. Like people like don't realize how tight Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin are. Right?
Mm.
You know, you don't understand how I don't understand the thing with Fee and Evan Fournier. Maybe it was a one-time thing, right? Maybe. I don't know. But I know they were talking to each other during the game, and the game was going on.
They were talking about Bitcoin.
They were probably talking about Bitcoin, bro.
And NFTs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, iHeart, Evan, and RJ, and 2 protected first for Vucevic and DeRozan.
He wants
Bro, you're gonna have to bring over.
that.
You gonna have to bring over Billy Donovan too, because Tibbs gonna faint, bro. I'm telling you, bro. He ain't doing. Yeah.
Hey,
Tibbs,
I'm gonna switch it up to like something that actually happened on the court, like an on-court adjustment.
Yeah.
And this is from an article from Fred Katz in The Athletic, but I'm gonna just read an excerpt. Over the Knicks' first 23 games, Randle switched on only 23% of screens, according to the information tracked by Second Spectrum and supplied via a league source to The Athletic. During the 5-game winning streak, he's switching on 38% of screens. And then there's a quote from Randle. I've always felt like that was the best way for me defensively with our team, Randle said. There are different things I have to do and I can adjust. But me using my God-given athletic ability, my feet, my quickness, and my strength, all those different things, I feel like it's best more times than not to switch on guards and keeping the ball in front of me better. But whatever coach asks, I'll do it. So that speaks to like an adjustment by Tibbs. And then there's another excerpt. There's 2 sides to the switch too. Randle can switch onto Levine not just because he feels comfortable doing it, but because Grimes can man the screener, Bulls strongman Patrick Williams, like you were mentioning, peeling off. That's essentially what peeling off is. Thibodeau trusts Grimes to switch to all types of players. The same goes for RJ and Quickly. And despite his size, McBride, who has the long arms and physical enough, that Thibodeau is good with throwing him at larger guys. So basically, we've been switching a ton more, which has slowed down the open 3-point attempts, because we were running a lot of drop to mitigate the lack of the ability to get over screens from our
a lot of
other
drop
guards.
and a lot of rotate. And what happens is if a guy flashes, sometimes 2 guys will go and leave 1 guy open because it's instantaneous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. I saw that too, man. I saw that. And Dre, I watched another video today on YouTube. I don't know if the one from Discord. I think it is.
Yeah.
But it's similar to the one that I think you were describing about the rotations and about
how the Knicks fix their defensive problems. That's
yes.
Yeah. And it was basically what you described.
Yeah. And so I watched that one today, and I was like, you know what? This might be the one Dre was talking about. And it's totally accurate because it showed Obi Toppin zoned out in like spaced out. Like, Obi, what are you doing? Like that's why I think when Obi get back, he's situational, bro.
Yeah, and like and sometimes because Obi doesn't have like a natural feel for defense, he might be taking what Tibbs says too literally, and he just sticks to his man no matter what, because he's like, I can't leave my man. But you have to have situational IQ and know when to peel off, when to stick to guys. And when you see IQ and McBride and Grimes, they switch and peel off, but they also sometimes dig in on drivers just to get a strip, just to see. They try to maintain a balanced amount of sticking to a shooter and getting back. And Obi doesn't have a natural feel for that at all.
And what they'll do too is they'll fake hedge, they'll fake hedge so that away they tempt you to throw a long pass that they can intercept.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. But smart point guards see that, so they don't throw the pass. But it's smart because you're showing one thing to the opposite side of the floor, and it's making a guy away from you think about other options instead of this one play, which is brilliant.
And you can give point guard sensory overload at a certain point where you show them too much, they'll eventually pick the wrong thing, make a mistake, a split-second mistake.
Yeah, and not even a major one. They'll do something like travel or throw the ball out of bounds. And either way,
they might miss the actual cutter, and then their whole play gets ruined because they missed the cutter, and then the secondary action is completely ruined.
Yeah, and now they have to pull it back out and reset with 8 seconds left on the. Yeah.
Like the Alpha Payne special. That.
Oh yeah.
Harris Duggar. What he said, Freezy. You read that?
Yeah. I saw it. Yeah, man. My voice is giving out though, man. I may have to call it. Hey,
Get
Dre,
some rest,
man.
Freezy. Get some rest, man.
Yeah.
Dre, hey, I sent you a little something for lunch. I know pizza is like, what's pizza in the city cost? Like $14 a slice?
A box of cigarettes and pizza's about the same price at this point, man.
So you either you gotta eat or you gotta smoke. Either way.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get out of here, fellas. What time is it?
Feel better, Freezy. Get some rest, my friend.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get some rest, bro, because we gotta do the Knicks morning drive at what time? 8 o'clock?
Yep.
Wow, you got to get a couple hours there, buddy.
Man, my dog outside right now, bro. I gotta walk the dog.
Number one cheap rocker ain't got no time for sleep, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Number one cheap rocker, the number one dog walker.
Yeah, the number one dog walker. Yeah, man. Hey, sleep is for dudes on the West Coast. Sleep is a West Coast thing, bro. Them dudes out there on the West Coast, dog, that's all they do is sleep their life away. That's
Don't
what them.
45, man. Don't 45. What do you guys do?
It's 12:45 with good weather.
Yeah, exactly. Freezing that dust. About 55 degrees outside. Freezing.
Get some
How much? What's the weather, Wiz?
It may hit 50. Let me check and see how cold it is. Maybe ice cold out there. 50 degrees or something.
That's in Malibu, though, right?
No, off the ocean is a little chillier. Maybe like 45, 46.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yelling.
You poor thing out there in Malibu. Oh man.
Out there where it never rains unless you're in Knicks land.
Yeah. It never rains and it will rain in Southland, right, Wiz?
Exactly. Actually, it rained last weekend, by the way. People were nuts. They were going crazy. They couldn't drive. Yeah, it's going down to 47. It's 50 degrees right now. It's going down to 47, all the way down to 47. People are going to be wearing like fur coats and, gloves and putting on some ski masks and stuff tonight.
Hey, what's on the other side of Malibu? Is that Burbank?
No. So Malibu, the stretch on Malibu goes from Pacific Palisades and then Santa Monica, Venice, going south.
Santa Monica, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Santa Monica.
Wow.
And
Monica,
Venice,
yeah.
and, yeah, nice. Yeah, no,
Man.
Burbank's inland. Burbank's inland. It's east of Studio City where I am.
Okay.
Okay. I'm Studio City where the stars are.
Man, must be nice, bro. Can we come visit?
Absolutely. Let me get to Malibu, man.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, bro. We gonna rent a Winnebago and just drive out there.
Winnebago.
We can hop in my Prius.
Heck yeah, save money on gas.
Oh, that's right.
And we
LA
gonna eat beef jerky all the way there, bro.
only eat pizza in LA. We don't have no. You can't drive a gas powered car in LA. If you have a gas powered car, they're gonna be looking at you like,
Yeah, gas is like ridiculously expensive in
We
California.
gonna be we gonna be in a Prius, bro.
I'm gonna text you a gas station price that I saw about 2 weeks ago. It was $6.89 for a regular.
What?
I'm gonna text it to you, please. You put it up.
Bro, you know I can't use regular in my and
I know.
I can't use regular in the cars.
So you're paying $7.09 for premium, so
What?
Yeah, you gotta be walking.
Bro, man, that's why I love South Carolina, bro. I love South because I probably make the same money everybody else make, but it's just cheaper to live here. I make the same money everybody else make, but in South Carolina,
they go a lot further.
Yes, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know
Over here, you get half the block.
Yo, real quick, somebody told me that they were spending $1,600 a month for parking.
Where? Yeah, that has to be in New York.
In the city, yeah.
I would never though. I would never. He must really got it like that. He got Paris Dog.
The garage near my job around the block is $1,200 a month.
Bro, for parking?
For a month. Yeah.
For parking?
Just to put your car somewhere.
Just to put your car. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, most of the garages are at least $450 a month, especially Upper West, Upper East, Lower Midtown, $400 to $500.
$450?
Oh yeah,
that's
easily.
that must be a bad neighborhood, bro.
No, it's a good neighborhood.
Okay.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper in the bad neighborhoods.
Oh no, I ain't spending no. That bro, that's what $30 a day, or $15 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bro, I don't know, bro. Some of that stuff I just can't pay for, bro. I paid for parking in Charlotte. Danny, I swiped the card for $17 in Charlotte, right? And it was like it made my skin crawl, B. $17, and I was only parked for 4 hours.
4 hours?
Yes. No. It was like 5 hours because it was raining, and me and Uncle Fulio was walking the street and getting drink. You know how you go to the game and then you whatever, and then you get your little drinks. And, bro, that's crazy.
You got to see what they charge for meters here, Freezy. 25 cents for 5 minutes.
Yo, I gotta see the man. I gotta see the man, bro. I gotta see the man ASAP.
Oh, speaking of the mayor, they put like up a 5G tower in front of John Starks' Kia. Kia, he has like a Kia dealership, John Starks. They put a 5G. They put up a 5G tower in front of his Kia, like, and it's blocking the sign of the Starks dealership. I'm gonna post it in the chat.
I think I heard about that. Yeah, it's messed up.
I'm gonna post it right quick because you need to see this. It's actually ridiculous. Any John Starks is actually very upset about it. It's like an eyesore. It's an eyesore. Look at this, Reezy.
But y'all got something, man. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Jeez.
They put up. It was a cell tower. They put up in front of his dealership.
Out of here! That's crazy.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
No warning. They just put it up there.
That's crazy, bro. If
Yeah,
I'm
knock that
Starks,
thing
I'm
down.
mad.
John Starks knock that thing down.
Is Starks big with the car dealerships up there?
Yeah. I think he has multiple car dealerships. It's just one of them.
I think he has 3 or 4. I heard.
Yeah. John Starks Kia. He's been selling Kias for the last, I don't know, 20 years.
Okay. Paris Duggan, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggan says, money for Freezer's parking. Thank you, bro. $17 for 5 hours? It's not like they gave me an oil change, bro. My car was just sitting there.
They should have gave you an oil change and a car wash.
Yes. Wiz, you know you my friend, right?
Yeah.
Man, don't you never send me nothing like this. You shocked the hell out of me. I almost fainted, bro. Yo, look at can y'all see that? The price on there? It is
How much is it?
My God.
$7.99 for premium.
$7.99.
Yeah.
Whiz, man, is that your gas station?
There's like
That's
some
Wiz's
sort of
prices.
tax out there that makes everything more expensive in California.
Yeah,
There
the
it
gas
is. I think
Wow.
you can see.
Oh my God, I see that. That's crazy.
Well,
Wiz,
California
you almost
already
gave me
passed a law, right, saying that they're basically getting rid of gas vehicles. In like 10 years, you're not allowed to have a gas vehicle in California, I think.
Because
Bro,
the
I'm
smog
with
is
you,
so
bro.
terrible. But that reminds me of the time I went to Hawaii and everything was just so expensive. It blew my mind. Like even more expensive than New York City by a wide margin. Like
That's because everything has to be flown in. Everything you get is imported.
right, exactly. And it blew my mind how expensive it was. I'm like, people actually live here and have to pay these prices every day.
Bro, that's why I was like, when I was in Charlotte, I was like, dang, it seemed like everybody around here drive Honda Accords. This was like you just said, like, you know how you sitting on the corner waiting across the street? And you're
Right.
like, hey, everybody drive Honda Accords. Now I know why, bro. Because certain parking garages, you can't even park big SUVs.
Yeah, they charge double. They charge a lot of money for SUVs.
Yes.
Over here, they do that.
Yes. That is crazy, bro. And that's all. Well, that's not all I have. But, bro, we got like 3 SUVs. So it's like, man, it's crazy, bro. And then Trey, and not to be bougie, right?
Yeah.
But I come from a certain background. Let me just say it like that. Like I don't come from money, right? I don't come from bread, right? But me and Mo are like at a place where we paid off a little something, and our kids are gone, so we
So
can
you
kind of
deserve to spoil yourself, man.
a little bit. Like I spoil myself by going to Knicks games, right? That's a thing for me. Like if the Knicks are playing in Memphis, you know what I'm saying? I could email everybody, hey, I'm gonna be out of the office such and such day, man. I'm going to see the Knicks in Memphis. They're like, oh man, have a good time, be safe, blah blah. You know. but bro, my little stuff, I only have a little bit of stuff, right? So I'll be trying to take care of it. You go to these parking garages, bro, and they want you to squeeze your big SUV in these tiny little parking spots. And you know what your door's going to look like when you come back, right?
Scratch.
Yeah.
I'm like, they want you to be in a little car. You're a big man. You deserve to ride big, man.
Yeah, man. And then plus two, I used to ride the Jersey City bus for the majority of my life. You know what I'm saying? Standing on the corner of Ocean, waiting on the 645 with a quarter and 2 dimes, hoping I can make it to Newport Center. You know what I'm saying? But now that I'm, you know what I'm saying, older, 35 years later, you know how you feel like you've come up a little bit and you kind of not proud of the whip, but proud of where you come from, right?
Right.
And you come out and you see scratches all over your door.
Oh, no. Oh, no,
yeah, so
man.
You be wanting to flip out. It happened to me in Charlotte. That's what Uncle Fulio asked me. He was like, Uncle Fulio was like, yo, what car you drove? And I was like, last time I drove, I got scratches on the door and it cost, none of this is important. But anyway, I tell Uncle Fulio I drove the older car.
Right.
And so Uncle Fulio, he's like, oh my God. And imagine, so we in a parking garage, 1:00 in the morning. We looking for, you know how you know where your car is, but you kind of don't know where your car is. So like
it's like in a general vicinity.
Yeah, you hold your key up and hope you can see the flashing light for your car, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So I hit the thing, and my car blew the horn, and Uncle Fulio look. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Uncle Fulio, it's 1 o'clock in the morning in a strange city in a parking garage, bro. This is a horror movie in the making. You don't see it's raining outside in
Two
a
black
parking
dudes.
garage. 1 o'clock in the morning.
And it's 2 black guys, man. You know black people don't live that long in these movies, man. They
No,
get rid of us quick.
We gonna die early in that movie, bro. We gonna die during the opening scene, man. But anyway, I can't believe how much y'all pay for parking, man. And then you got to park your car right up under the other one. Like cars be like smushed up like sardines.
Everything is monopolized now. Everybody's trying to make a buck. They're squeezing every little last dollar, man.
Got to call 2 hours in advance. Got to call 2 hours in advance to get your car, at least. You know.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like, that's what. No knock on the city. I'm not knocking nobody in the city, man. Live your best life and all that stuff, bro. But for all the money people in New York make, to have it just snatched out of their hands for every little thing, I swear, I don't know if I could take it, bro. Like some of my homeboys got to work 2 jobs in order to make it, bro.
It gets harder to accept. Every day you get older, it gets harder and harder to accept. You know, you start questioning everything. The price of apples, the price of lemons. I mean, you name it. You start questioning everything.
My homeboy Keith came down to visit me, right? And you know how you drive in or whatever, and then he pull it, and you see him coming down the street, and I'm like, oh, there they go. I'm all excited. And he get out the car, and he was like, man, it's steak out here. What's that smell? And I was like, yo, that is what they call grass. You ain't ever smelled grass before, bro? You been in the city that long that you don't know what grass smell like, man?
I got to smell the grass.
Yeah, you're like, the smell is strong. It's going up my nose. That's what they call fresh. He's like, fresh? You mean fresh air? Yes.
Real oxygen. Real
Yes,
oxygen.
That's what they call fresh air, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It smells like Uncle Freezy's dog when he passes by behind you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he'll pepper spray you now. My old dog will pepper spray you. He'll tune and keep on going. But anyway, like Dre, no lie, down here, if you make about $3,000 a month, you can live like a king.
For $3,000 a month? Wow.
Yes. Because think about your rent. Your rent is going to be about $800 for like a 2,000-foot 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Right?
Come on, man.
Wow. $800 for that?
Your car payment. Yep. Your car payment is probably going to be about $300. Your car insurance will probably be about $100, $95. You know what I'm saying? Your utilities, your light bill probably be about $250. It might be $270 because the rates are going up. Your water probably be about $35. And depending on how much you eat, like whether you cook at home or if you like to eat out, whatever you like to do, that's on you. I'm not judging. But probably about $800 a month. The rest of that money, you gotta find something. You gotta find something to do with the rest of that money. You gotta find something to do with that other $1,100.
Bitcoin.
Your Bitcoin. Speed McCoy, look. Speed 1148 Bitcoin. Yeah, man. But the only thing about it though is there is no Carnegie Hall, there is no Radio City, there is no Madison Square Garden. There is you so in order to get that, you got to travel. Yeah,
no
man.
nails. No.
Yeah, man. You
no
gotta. Yeah, you gotta travel. That's why. Say who from the channel, Hoodie Kev, for example. Like when we go somewhere, like we'll be like, yo, how, like you get to the hotel, like say we're gonna stay in Atlanta, right? We'll be like, how much is how much is the cheapest room? They'd be like $199 a night. How much is the most expensive room? The most expensive room is $539. Well, what come with the most expensive room? Everything. We thinking like, shit, this could be like The Hangover. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? But I know the city is something different. It's the whole city mouse, country mouse thing. But sometimes I get so excited to talk to y'all and have y'all talk about the city because I do miss it. Right? But the only thing I just don't miss certain things, like a slice of pizza being $9. I know it's not $9, right? I know how much is a slice. How much is a slice, Danny?
Depending on where you going, a slice could be with nothing on it. Could be $2.50 to $3.50. Anywhere you going?
Where is this?
A Neapolitan.
Oh my God.
A Neapolitan is $4 a slice.
$4.
Yeah.
No. LA is $4 to $5 per slice for a regular.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what though? LA is expensive for no reason though. I already been to LA. I know LA ain't even about quality. It's about LA. At least in New York.
In LA, everybody's trying to get over. That's
and no, I'm saying it's some great businesses in LA. Like Wiz's family run a great joint in LA, right? But other places, you like, I don't even know why I'm paying $11.38 for a strawberry smoothie. Why am I paying? Well, they're organic strawberry. $11.38? Are you crazy? But you know,
Freezy, you know what's the biggest ripoff, Freezy? Is these Uber Eats and DoorDash. I ordered a protein shake. It's supposed to be $12.
Right.
To my job. After all, like the taxes and the tips, it came out to $27.
$27. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
DoorDash.
For a smoothie.
Yeah. Imagine.
Yes. I know Charlotte. The Hornets get me like that. Like I order. You know how every arena you go in, they have an app that you can download to your phone where you can order straight to the concession stand and they bring the stuff straight to your seat or whatever because they use the app to locate you.
Right.
I bought 2 beers, bro. It was $32.
$32 for 2 beers?
Yes.
Jeez.
Bro, I was now I ain't gonna lie to you. The beers were delicious. Like after like 3 of them, you like, yeah, this must be the greatest beer ever. After 3 of them, you know what I'm saying? And so maybe only Danny Landis to get that joke, right? But yeah, man. $32, bro. I was like, what? And Danny, they gave me a discount.
That's with the discount. Wow.
Yes. You know the first thing free, 10% off, all of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, $32. But they bring it directly to you. That was impressive.
That's cool. Yeah, they bring it to you. Yeah.
You don't have to say. You don't have to stand in line. You don't have to try to find the concession stand or none of that. Right? You just order it on the app. It's like Amazon. You just order it. They bring it right to you. You know how it is. You have your debit card or your bank card connected to the app, and they just charge you on the spot. And you can leave a tip and all that stuff. Bro, it's crazy.
That's not bad.
Yeah, man. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all, man, for hanging out with me, talking this Knicks talk the way y'all like to have this Knicks talk to y'all.
Thank you, Wiz. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna try to do the Knicks morning drive at around 9. Set the alarm. That way, you know what I'm saying. You know, we can do like a Chicago Bulls pregame and all that stuff. How's Lucas, bro?
He's great, man. He was great. He just turned 10 December 5th.
Happy birthday, bro.
I had a big cake made for him, a Milwaukee Bucks cake. I wish I could show it to you.
Really? Really? What
Like,
happened? So what happened to the cake?
We had a lot left over. It was for 40 people.
Right. Okay.
I wish you could see it. The picture, they did such a great job, like making the Milwaukee Bucks emblem on the cake.
Right.
Because Lucas's favorite player is the Greek Freak. So.
Okay.
I said, you want a Nick cake? He's like, no, I want the Greek Freaks team. I said, okay.
He's like, yeah, I want to hang out with some winners. I don't want to be a loser, Dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
You got a smart kid, man. That's what it sounds like.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here and try to rest these vocal cords, man.
All right, get the rest, buddy. Thank you.
Blorange Tears, long Blorange Tears Day tomorrow or today.
And congrats to you and Mocha beating that cancer, man. Congrats.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all were sending out.
Hey, Ivory, you gotta come around some more, bro. We can't see you like once or
I
twice
do my
a month,
best,
bro.
man. I do my best. I got my normal 9 to 5, but this week, with this medical situation, I've been off. So I'm joining as much as I can. But believe this, fellas, I might not be able to join you, but I'm listening every day that you're on, every hour that you're on. I listen to all you fellas, and I appreciate you all. So thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm sure we frustrate you all the time.
I know. You guys give me a voice.
Whatever your opinion is.
Yeah,
whatever your opinion is, Ivory never disagrees with you. That's
never disagrees with you, bro. All right, y'all.
Peace.
Later.